Attention Walmart shoppers.
Shit is fucked up.
We're there.
Oh, hey, we're there yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wolves and foxes. How are we doing tonight? Welcome to Werewolf Foxcast. I'm your host, Beretta Darkwolf, and with me, as usual, is Chemical Fox, but this time I'm on the opposite side again. As opposed to I was over there last time.
Were you? I thought we just mirrored the screen.
No, it was definitely not that.
Well, okay, sure.
No, it was just a lot of camera magic, and yeah. Tonight with us we have the Joneses once again, back at it. What's up? Justin and Melissa over here enjoying some soda, and Justin's in that rum. How's that rum going for you, brother?
Pretty good so far.
Pretty good so far.
Mm-hmm.
How's everyone doing tonight? We got Flurfy Ferks and Chemical in the. Why you're in the chat too?
Yeah, they were making fun of you. I joined in.
Oh, okay, got you.
Why else would I be in the chat?
We got Lone Wolf 323 and Taller. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. We're here to give you some amazing news articles and talk about all kinds of stuff and things. But before we do that, let's talk about the last month from where we were before, because I feel like I had a really interesting month. I got to hear from a friend about them hopping trains. It's crazy stories. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's amazing. What have you experienced in the last month? Anything new? Anything fun?
Well, pretty recently I noticed that this tablecloth still hasn't been ironed. It's still pretty wrinkly. Still there.
Silence. Okay, you can talk again. I'll burn this thing tomorrow. How about that? I mean, I'll burn it on straight.
There's new crumbs on it. I can. I've just been here in the basement. You don't even feed me down here.
What? I give you enough to get by on.
Yes, alcohol is calories, but like, how far will that take me?
I don't know. Anywhere your heart desires.
I mean, everyone in the Discord knows I''ve been here the whole time being a good fox. No one wanted to teach me.
Is there really a good fox though?
Well, I was gonna do a naughty, but no one would teach me how to use your dash thing.
Oh,
I was like, "What button do I press?" And they were like,
"Oh, you're gonna start up the stream without me even knowing." I think.
Yeah, I was gonna, but I don't know how. That's why you're important.
So, as for the Joneses, how's it going, guys? How was your month? Actually, it's been longer than that since you were last on. You were here for the original show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think yeah.
Where's your cow outfit? You guys were supposed to match.
I dropped the ball, man.
I clearly.
I dropped the ball. I should have worn my cow outfit tonight.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
So anything new in the world that you're
new in the world? Bro, that's a little broad.
Okay, anything in your world? Anything in your world that you experienced the last month or so? Any fun stories?
Fun stories?
Yeah.
Fun stories. Stormageddon.
Oh yeah, Stormageddon. Yes, we could talk about that. In Wisconsin, we had the what is it, derecho or whatever it's called?
Yeah, I don't know what the
something crazy.
Whatever they call it.
A few weeks before that, we had like a 2-minute non-stop lightning storm that someone filmed from an airplane. And it was just continuous lightning over Milwaukee for like a solid couple minutes.
I did think it was super funny though, right? So like they had the first storm that you're talking about.
Yeah.
and the fucking like tornado alarms and all that shit started going off and whatever. Everybody hiding in their basement, and then literally nothing happened. And then the very next week, there's another storm that blows everything down, and not a single tornado alarm went off.
Right? I didn't even think about that. I totally shut off the alarm on my phone after waking up, and I'm like, well...
Were you the person who went back to sleep?
100%. Okay, but hear me out. So, my ringtone for work is an air raid siren. So I wake up, like, at night, and I'm trying to shut my phone off, and I think my phone's broken, because I can't shut the fucking noise off.
Yeah.
And then I realize it's coming from outside the house. And then I was like, well... Oh, well, what, you know, this building's been here for 5 generations, and a tornado's not going to take it out tonight. And I went back to sleep. And then I saw all the footage the next morning, and I was like, man, that was irresponsible.
Yeah, well, we had 5 touchdowns in the state. 5 touchdowns.
In a pretty short, like, small area.
Yeah, it was insane. I remember being at work and being terrified because I had never seen anything that creepy before. But when I walked outside during that event, I was like... I ended up telling my boss, I walked over and I said, a lot of people in my department, being a lead over there, were saying, hey, you know about this? And I had not looked at my phone yet or felt the vibration because I keep that shit on fucking silent.
Like
for all kinds of reasons. But no, it was, I saw the tornado warning, seek imminent danger, seek shelter now, find the center of your house or a basement. And I'm like, what? And then I ended up talking to my boss and I'm like, hey, do you know about this? And him being the workaholic that he is, he goes, nope, I've been working. And I'm like, okay, you have your phone on you. He goes, nope, I don't keep my phone on me because I'm working. And I'm like, all right, look at this. And he goes, oh, let's go outside and look. So we went outside.
Midwestern,
so
middle-aged
classic,
man
man.
type shit to do, though.
We went outside, and I'll tell you, it was the creepiest thing.
I don't know if a disaster's good for the company.
We walked outside to like the back cage area where we keep all the junk metal and scraps. The air was so fucking
by the
still.
sharp and pointies. That's
Yes.
By all the shit that gives
Right.
you, like,
Yes.
Final Destination.
The loose debris that could be lifted up by the wind. Got it.
I walked.
It's a Razornado.
Daisy, the channel points don't work right now on that. That's for the other stream. So I'll have to refund all those. But hey, Daisy, how's it going? Anyway, we were out back. We walked into like this like weather, and I mean it was straight up walking into a oven. I mean, it was hot. The entire air was still. It was so hot. You saw like basement. Lightning. We heard this constant rumbling noise, which could have been thunder or a tornado. And I just saw the clouds swirling through the lightning. And I'm like, okay, the air's still, the clouds are swirling a bit. And it's really fucking warm. Let's, my boss looks at me and goes, yeah, might be a good idea to get in the shelter. Long story short, we all got in the shelter. 10 minutes later, he goes, well, we're good, even though we were supposed to be in there for 45. He goes, I'm going back to work. You guys can stay here.
Oh, my God.
But I'm going back to work. And I said, you do that.
Tornado ain't going to be making me no parts.
Pretty much.
So let me get this straight. So you have an actual alarm to wake you up on your phone?
Yeah, I'm a last responder. So, like, I need to know if it's, like, a friend, a telemarketer, or, like, a dead body.
Got it. Okay.
So...
How would you know?
So I think we have to explain this every time on the stream. For those of you who don't know, he is a mortician.
Yeah. I'm good at digging holes. What can I say?
Digs holes.
Yeah. Well, I don't dig them myself. I just throw things in them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that, Melissa, anything new with you?
Bar needs the mic.
No, just no.
No.
I literally don't leave the house.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, nowadays, who would?
I literally never. I can never leave the house. It's just it's boring as shit.
Anybody cool walk by the window?
I keep all the windows, doors, shades. I like work in the dark every day. I
You're
wake
like
up.
Solitary confinement.
I'll just turn it off.
I
Solitary.
roll out of bed.
Oh, I did move it for
At
Daisy.
the time I'm supposed to start working,
Just turn it
I
off.
open a laptop.
Sure, that too.
And I sign in, and then I keep all the windows and like shades closed because I hate mornings. And then all of a sudden it's like 2 p.m. and I'm like, oh, maybe I should see the light of day.
You know, it's okay to. Yeah, it's basically my sleep schedule because I'm a night owl by nature, so I prefer the night as opposed to like waking up at 3 in the morning. I don't know how anyone can do that at all.
Ugh.
At all. Like, it just upsets me greatly when. Like, I would rather get 3 hours of sleep and wake up in the mid-afternoon than wake up at 3 in the morning.
I mean, it helps when I get, like, the rush of adrenaline from an air raid siren. Yeah. But also I learned it makes me very, like, when it's not actually a dead body, like, it is a real air raid siren, and, like, my health is at risk, it makes me not give a shit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you'll die calm, right?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's a false alarm. Even though it's a real alarm, it's a false alarm to my norm.
I've always said, if the world were to end, I hope the bomb drops right on my head, because the last thing I'll remember is my shitty normal life. Not all my friends dying.
You'll be, oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, this is just
come out as a ghost and just kind of walk around and go, oh.
I'll be walking to my closet to get dressed for work, and then it's over.
Okay, so if you had passed away in a situation like that and you realized that you were dead, who would you haunt first?
Oh, that's a good question. Who would I haunt? Would anyone be left? Wait, what are we talking here? Is this like
Let's
full
say,
scale?
Okay, no, we're not saying like a big apocalypse kind of thing. Just if you happen to die before your friends, who would you haunt?
Oh,
first?
Which one of my friends would I haunt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought you would hunt
Mike.
Kenny. Oh.
Mike, because he's afraid of ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's told me many times he's afraid of ghosts, so I know that I could scare him the most. So I mean, that just kind of makes sense.
He's one of those like.
Dude, he won't even let me bring a Ouija board into his house. I'm gonna do for real.
To be fair, I wouldn't let you do that either.
He's like one of those like he was born Catholic, but he's not actually practicing Catholic. So he's got all that like weird shit.
That
still,
weird like fear of demons or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm gonna buy a Ouija board. I'm gonna hide in his house next time I go. Like. For real, just to freak him out.
Having a Ouija board is one thing, but using it is another. I think that's the difference.
Through all of it. I'm not scared. Dude, I have a standing bet with him that he can make me stay in any haunted place overnight. I'll do it.
Okay, so here's a question for you. Now I bet you, you being the risk taker, years ago on Unsolved Mysteries, I remember hearing a story about there was this chair that's apparently was cursed by the previous owner that was like hung back in like the 1700s. He said anyone that sits in this bar stool because
that's a bar,
he goes anyone that sits in this chair is cursed, and everyone who had sat in that chair after that had died in some weird way almost directly afterwards. They had to take the chair and hang it up on the wall. Now I asked actually Ernick this, but I'm asking you, would you sit in that chair?
Yeah, I'd sit in it.
You would tempt fate like that.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, come on. Because guess what? Either I die and I don't know the consequence, or I don't die and I get to hold it above everyone else. So I mean, really, for me, it's a win-win situation.
Okay.
Now, right? Like.
Now, Melissa, would you sit in that chair?
Would you sit in the chair?
I think I would. I'm not a superstitious.
She's also not a coward.
I personally would not tempt fate. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dude, I tempt fate.
I mean, daily. The odds would be like for you.
So if you destroy the chair,
so many times,
you live forever.
Right.
Oh, is that the rule?
Wait. So how do I?
If you break
the curse,
I would not.
Exactly. That's my question.
How do I take the curse and put it in me?
How do you take advantage of the curse?
Sit on they die?
Yeah. Taller says sit on the chair with a Ouija board.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
I'll spend the night on the chair with a Ouija board.
Now, if you flip the bar stool over and you and 3 friends sat on it, would you each lose a quarter of your life?
Chemical, would you sit on the chair?
Or is it like I like my idea better. So, or is it like Russian roulette and one of the 4 of you gets instant death? Is it you all share
all 4? So
yeah.
All of you get a quarter. So you just get shame at that point.
So you see this cursed stool, you flip it over, all 4 of you take a leg.
Yeah.
Do you lose a quarter of your life, or does one of you lose all of your life?
Now we're getting into math, and I don't like it anymore.
How deep's the leg?
Or do all 4 of you lose your life? Is it that strong of a curse?
I mean, again, how deep's the leg?
All right, can we...
Enough to invoke the curse.
What was the first thing you said when you walked in here and saw that book on my desk? show the story.
What? Oh, yeah, this one. I said, if it was anyone else's house, I would have questioned this book. But because I'm here, this just look at this. This belongs here.
Okay, so what do we say we get into the first article of the day, or night, or whatever time it is right now, wherever you're watching this stream. This was a fantastic article. Washington man in yellow dress steals school bus, rams front end loader into estranged wife's home. Deputies say. So apparently a Washington state man wearing a yellow dress was arrested after he stole a school bus and later drove a front-end loader construction vehicle through the home he shared with his estranged wife, authorities said. Deputies were first alerted to the man, later identified as 39-year-old Andrew S. Loudon, Saturday night after employees of Osprey Rafting witnessed him driving off in the company's privately owned large yellow bus. The Shelland County Sheriff's Office said in a press release, responding deputies located the bus and spotted it run through a red light and monitor. The driver refused to pull over when deputies tried to initiate a traffic stop. Deputies were forced to give up the chase due to Washington State's new police reform laws that no longer allow law enforcement to pursue a fleeing vehicle unless there is a probable cause or a serious felony has occurred, the sheriff's office said. Douglas County deputies took up the pursuit through limits of the Wenatchee, but also had to abandon the chase in accordance with the same laws. On Sunday, the sheriff's office was notified that the man believed to be the driver had been taken into custody in Chelewa. I can't say any of these names. The suspect appeared to be wearing the same yellow dress. Police said Loudon had stolen a front-end loader and drove it through his home. When his estranged wife learned that his husband may be nearby, she fled the home. Authorities shared photos to show the heavy equipment sitting in the front yard, partially in the collapsed home. It appeared the car was also flipped onto the structure. I wish I had a photo of that, but I just have a photo of this that I put on really quick. Here, let me get back to. I think I loaded all the images on this on the bar part. So here, check this out.
I just want to. I want to know what he did in between, like ditching the bus and acquiring a front end loader. Like he definitely moved up.
So you can see the yellow dress.
What does the front end loader look like?
Just I don't know.
What color is it?
It's your safety yellow.
I was gonna say there would be unbelievable consistency if the dress, the bus, and the front end loader were all yellow.
His dress was a little bit brighter, but the bus maybe has an attraction to safety yellow. That's a good point.
I don't know, man.
Wow.
So wait, so that implies that running from the police in a large school bus is not a felony? How is that
I know.
work?
Someone asked that too.
What the fuck?
I was curious about that as well. It's a stolen school bus and it's not a felony.
Okay, so if he puts out the side thing that says stop, the police have to stop.
Wait, yeah. Who has to pull over first? Him or them?
And it's illegal to make a right turn in front of a bus, so they can't pit maneuver it.
Right.
They're bound by the laws.
It's a stalemate.
God dang laws.
That's just unbelievable that that's not a felony.
Yeah, I know. I
run
kind
in
of
a school. Because a school bus could do a lot of damage, man. Like, it's a big-ass vehicle.
It's a lot lighter without the kids on it.
How do we know they weren't in there?
We don't. The story does not specify.
What
did he do with the kids?
Apparently, authorities said Loudon had been released Saturday morning from Western State Hospital and went to a psychiatric facility. He allegedly stole the school bus in Leavenworth and abandoned it near Moss Lake in Grant County before making his way to Spokane and then Chelewa. London charged with theft of a motor vehicle, possession of a stolen vehicle, first-degree malicious mischief, and domestic violence and attempting to elude a police vehicle. And literally the first comment on this article was, how is that not a felony?
Yeah, all right. That's what I'm saying, too.
Yeah.
None of those were felonies?
I don't know.
Minor theft auto? I don't know.
I mean, if it's his first offense, he's not a repeat offender. He was just really mad at his ex-wife.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess, dude.
That's still crazy to me. I don't know.
I'd also think that, like, any crime a felon commits is still felony-ish. I don't know how that works.
A felon means you do something really, really, really terrible, or you're a repeat offender.
Not necessarily. I took a VIN plate off a moped and I almost got a felony. Like, there's some bullshit felonies out there, I'm telling you.
You took a plate off of
a VIN plate. It was a vintage moped and I had it repowder coated.
Vintage moped?
And I wasn't going to powder coat over the VIN plate.
You saying vintage moped. You got to hook me up here.
1978 Honda Hobbit.
Oh, the Hobbit.
With a big bore kit on it, so it goes 60.
I love the Hobbit. I used to have a Hobbit.
I also have a JCPenney Pinto.
I would drive it to freaking school every day.
I feel like I remember this.
Yeah, and I sold it to Matt. Remember Matt?
Yes.
Yeah, I sold it to Matt for a white Fiero. And then I traded the white Fiero for a Geo Metro.
Hey! My first car was a Geo Metro.
God, that car was awesome. I loved the Geo Metro. It was a 4-door too, because who
feel like
would
we're
have thought
bonding
you
over
could
West
fit
Dallas
4
vehicles
doors
right
on a
now.
Geo Metro?
Couldn't do hills in Waukesha though.
Dude, that thing did like a top speed of like 60 miles an hour for real.
Okay, so there's certain freeway on-ramps you couldn't take because you could not get up to speed in the length
It
of
was
the...
a 3-cylinder car.
Yeah.
A 3-cylinder. I didn't even think that was a thing that you could do. But yeah, 3 cylinders.
I used to get teased that a hamster ran my car.
Hey man. Honda Hobbit.
Folks, once again,
What year?
the
78.
the animations don't work downstairs.
You still got it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, show it to me sometime.
he'll bring it tomorrow.
Bring it tomorrow. Bring it tomorrow. I'll drive my
You know,
bike
it's
tomorrow.
close enough I could.
Yeah, bring it tomorrow. I'll drive my bike tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, so here we go. You guys ever hear about the jetpack guys? You know about this story at all?
I've
No.
seen videos.
So apparently,
Explain to me the jetpack.
recent history, there have been like people that have been seen in jetpacks by airliners. So apparently, this happened
Damn.
again. FBI is investigating the latest alleged Los Angeles in quotes jetpack guy sighting. So let me scroll down here. The FBI is investigating a new report of Los Angeles' elusive jetpack guy who may have been spotted soaring over California again this week. A commercial pilot radioed and the possible sighting Wednesday at 6:12 p.m. about 15 miles east of Los Angeles International Airport at an elevation of 5,000 feet. This is the radio track. Like, okay, ATC said, "Use caution. The jetpack guy is back." Said one air.
He's back.
Yo, Lazy with the sub. Thank you very much, Lazy. Much appreciated. And then they got the guy goes, air to ATC goes, "Did you see a UFO?" Said air traffic controller to ask the pilot. He says, "We're looking, but we did not see Iron Man." The pilot responded. Reports of the mysterious aeronaut have cropped up in at least 3 occasions over the past year. But an LA pilot finally captured video evidence on Christmas Day. I wish I could show the video evidence, but I did not get it. That video appeared to show an unidentified man soaring 3,000 feet above Palos Verdes near...
Hold on, you saying there's a video of this?
Yes, apparently.
Alright.
Above Catalina Island. It was captured by a flight instructor
The Catalina wine mixer.
Sling Pilot Academy, a local aviation school. Although the figure does look like a person in some kind of suit, the school said it wasn't 100% certain that the flyer was indeed the mystery sky intruder.
You gotta update this book.
The video appears to show a jetpack, but it could also be a drone or some other object. The school wrote at this time, if it is a guy in a jetpack, then it remains to be seen whether it's a legal test flight. In quotes, jetpacks are real. There's a manufacturer near Los Angeles.
Are real.
Or related to a jetpack sighting near LAX that recently caused disruption to air traffic.
Hold on, so
Yes.
so they're not even sure if this thing is a guy in a jetpack or a drone? I feel like those are two very different objects.
Apparently it looks like a guy, but maybe it's a guy-shaped drone.
How fucking baller would that be?
Dude.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, like... But 5,000 feet, that's really high.
That's
That's
super high.
Did he have, like...
He would have had to have some
Oxygen?
Yeah, I was saying, how
Yeah, we're
many
not
feet
sure
before
if
you
he's
can't
not-
breathe?
You have to ask him.
He's not. We're not sure if he's not like some
How
sort
do
of
I subscribe
robot
to your
that looks like a
channel?
dude or what.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
What's
well.
that
I don't know
one
on the
movie
phone. I
from
never
the
remember this.
90s?
I don't know. I pressed all the
Called
buttons
the
and
Jetpack
like
Guy.
none of them are check out wolf
movie
shit.
from-
Can you help him subscribe through his phone?
What buttons do I push?
Oh, subscribe.
Yeah. It's
You
the Rocketeer.
click the video, like just in the middle of the video up front, and it should bring down a
Ah,
menu.
there we go.
Yeah.
I got it.
Local police, the FBI, and the Federal Aviation Administration had announced an investigation early September. So this is serious. After August spotting of suspected jetpack traveler 3,000 feet off the ground near Los Angeles International Airport.
So hold on. So wait. So here's the real question.
Yeah.
So is this guy committing a felony?
I think so.
I think
ATC.
flying without...
Because I feel like his crime is significantly less important than driving the school bus around.
Do you realize how much though it is how coordinated airline?
And to like fly without a flight plan is like a felony or
Yeah.
something
But I just
alone.
feel like that sounds real backwards, though, right?
Don't you even
Yeah, it
need,
does.
You need a license to have a drone.
Oh no, yeah. So you only need a license to fly a drone if you're doing it for business. So if you're doing it for personal stuff,
For
like just-
pleasure.
yeah, for pleasure, right? That's what they say. I wasn't gonna go there, but you know. But if it's for pleasure, then yeah, you don't need a license.
I want a pleasure drone.
So if you were an
In
ambulance...
certain spaces,
I
there
have
is
a
restricted
pleasure drone
airspace.
that's shaped like a man.
Shaped like a man with a
Okay,
jetpack.
so
Somebody's got a real specific fetish.
The FAA and
Ooh.
FBI were both involved in prior investigations into the alleged sightings, which investigators said they were unable to validate. So that's where it's
Rocketeer. Yes, that was the
Rocketeer.
movie I was thinking about. Rocketeer.
Hold on, and there's a fucking pilot who's traveling 200 miles an hour in a gigantic jumbo jet that fucking spotted this guy in the sky?
Yes.
This dude's got some stellar vision.
I think you have to be to have a...
Yeah, it's a pilot
but
license.
still, that just seems real intense. Like a man-sized, or if it's a drone, that's even more impressive.
I'm sure anything that's not sky is pretty easy to figure out
okay,
in the
I guess I've
sky.
never flown a plane. Now
Like,
you say that,
that's
it
an
makes a lot more
ugly
sense.
goose. Oh, wait, that's a man.
That's
Wait, we gotta get,
a dude.
We gotta get our friend who flies planes,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, Brad flies planes.
We
could
can
ask
ask him, yeah.
We could ask him.
I'll have to ask him tomorrow.
All right,
ask him
so
tomorrow.
now we're going to move on from the jetpack guy.
Wait, if you buy a jetpack and you fly up there, do you also become the jetpack guy?
I think if there's multiple people with jetpacks, we have something to be concerned about.
I mean, but if they can't tell you apart, technically you are the jetpack guy, right?
That's true, yes. That is true.
So-
And you have a jetpack. They don't know where you started.
Right.
You're just a man in the
let's be
sky,
honest,
living the life.
The market's open right now if you want to be the jetpack guy.
It's on you.
That's a,
Right?
That's a
You
free
can-
market.
yeah,
You
dude.
can assume the moniker of
Next
jetpack
Twitch
guy.
stream.
That can be you.
Next Twitch stream,
Stolen
jetpack
valor.
guy flying-
Any stolen valor. What? Oh my god. Hey, if anybody's
Jetpack
looking
guy.
for fame right now, you could be the jetpack guy. Don't forget it.
Dude, the real
It's out
jet...
there. The opportunity is there. You just need to take
I don't know, could you do that? Or would the real jetpack guy fly to your
it.
house
Hey,
and,
fuck
and
you,
just
man.
arson the
You're
shit
the one
out
who
of
got
it?
found first.
Dude, he
You could
just
be
point...
like he's the one copying me.
He just points his left arm at your garage and the whole thing's in flames.
I guess. I mean, I don't know what I want to fuck with a guy who can fly a jetpack.
Well, I'll
Because
tell
you
you
don't
one
know
thing,
where he
You're
lives.
probably
He
better
didn't get the
at
notoriety.
jetpacks.
Years ago in Mexico, they were seeing like these people that were on jetpacks. They were like UFO sightings back in like the 90s. Like there's
Okay.
videos of like these weird like witch-like creatures that were flying jetpacks. Yes. But I told you I know that whole fucking book, dude. I know that.
It
and
better
it's
be.
not in that book, but it's
Not in the book.
because the book's outdated. Project Blue Book existed in like
Yeah, jetpack guy's not in here. I'm a
because
little
there were no
upset.
jetpack guys back then.
Yeah. When did they write this?
Wasn't Project Blue Book about, like, faking aliens taking over?
No. This is about UFO sites. 1976. This
Yeah.
was published.
I'm
There
thinking
were
of,
no
I'm thinking
jetpacks
of
back
Blue
then.
Beam. Never mind.
So, moving on. I think we've discussed the jetpack guy enough for now.
Yeah, you say that, but...
Man says he found 160 bowling balls under his Michigan home.
Well, and sometimes they fill bowling balls with other, like, waste material.
I've heard of that
Yeah.
before.
So what if there's other additional treasures inside the bowling balls that he doesn't even know
Let me
about
just
yet?
get into the story so you guys get some background on this. It turns out bowling balls aren't great for foundation for a house. David Olson, 33, learning that firsthand after he discovered that his home purchased in Muskegon, Michigan 2 years ago was built atop old bowling balls. Olson told Fox News that he began to discover weathered bowling balls buried under his home and yard at the start of July. He and his wife are the second owners of the home and currently live in there with 3 children. Olson claims that they received a house inspection before they finalized the purchase, which he noted the cement stairs were kind of leaning into the house and needed to be demolished. When Olson made time to remove one of the stairs, stairs' loose cinder blocks in July 1st, he stood and found old bowling balls were the culprit, he said. Olson said he's so far removed 160 bowling balls in total, and he documented the process in his Facebook group titled The Bowling Ball Guy. In a phone interview with Fox News, Olson said that he was initially concerned with his apparent discovery because he wasn't sure if he was dealing with some kind of dumping ground with hazardous materials. But after he contacted the manufacturer of the bowling balls, Brunswick Bowling Products, he soon found out that the old pieces of equipment likely came from a plant and the company had in the area back in the 1950s. A marketing manager for Brunswick Bowling told Fox News the company's Muskegon bowling ball plant was located on Laketon Avenue from 1906 to 2006, which is not the same location where Olson's home is now. Olson said he eventually smashed up the rest of the loose cement and found a gridwork of balls stacked up in between what appears to be poured sand. Some bowling balls were completely intact, while others were damaged and broken fragments. Olson noted, while Olson said he removed several of the bowling balls near the area where his leaning stairs are, apparently he spotted more under the few cement stones that made up his patio, which he then had to move and level out. I noticed there was a grid work of bowling balls underneath that too. Olsen said, so my estimate is there is probably at least just as many in the ground still there as well as above the ground. When asked about the home's builder, Olsen said that he believed the original builder and homeowner, a man who died in 2016, according to independent research he's done. From what I've dug up about his past, he owned a machine shop in West Michigan area. My assumption is that he had some kind of contact at Brunswick during the late 50s and was building the house and needed to fill a bunch of voids, basically. So there you go. There's a little bit more to that, but I think that's really the gist of it.
So if you flew into restricted airspace in the jetpack suit, do they just shoot you down like anything else?
Yeah, they can't call to you with the radio. But here's the thing.
Yeah, you can't call back.
So
you thumbs up, thumbs down?
To the bowling ball thing, though, this guy got popular as the bowling ball man, right?
Yeah.
It just goes to show how easy it would be to become the jetpack. Like, for
Hey!
real. This dude just found some bowling balls and he's famous. You could be the jetpack man. That's way cooler.
This guy also didn't claim it. He waited for the next homeowner to like give him the notoriety.
Yeah, he
he
just
also
died
kept
in
it a secret.
I have to say, after hearing that, I am a little bit concerned about our basement.
Yeah.
You know, if he had shattered them and broken them all into pieces, they probably would have worked great as aggregate in the concrete. But it was the whole bowling ball.
It's like our basement was literally like our house was built in the 1800s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And our basement
It looks like a fucking dungeon, dude.
made out of stones.
Yeah, it's
That's
got
cool.
fieldstone walls made out of boulders. Dude, our basement walls are probably 5 feet thick.
Wow.
It looks like
Real lax
like
building
when you
codes
try to
in-
look out
codes
the
in the
basement window,
1800s.
right? Like it's like a fucking tunnel to get to the window. It's crazy. Like for real.
So what
Tornado
if
ain't fucking us
what
up.
if we took a chisel to the walls and it was just rocks?
Wait,
covering
okay, so that
bowling
begs the
balls?
question: when were bowling balls invented?
I don't know how long has bowling been
Yeah,
a sport.
That's I don't know, dude.
Oh, we're
It's been
getting
a
deep.
sport since like at least like the 20s.
The 20s? You really think that far?
Yeah, they were
I don't know.
in the the Depression.
So they went bowling.
So they went bowling.
Alright.
Does the Great Depression and bowling like share commonalities?
No, I just
don't know.
imagine.
So does
people
that
in
mean
the
now
Great
we're in the
Depression-
20s again with another depression? Are we going to start bowling?
We could.
It's been a while. I
could.
haven't bowled in a long time.
I haven't either. That was like the go-to.
Well, wait, yeah, before
event.
Brad went into the Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to do it all the time. We'd go to the
I
bowling
hate
alley.
bowling.
I'll be honest, I didn't like it.
I like
I
bowling.
I remember only going to the bowling alleys just to get fucked up.
Every bowling alley
I
smells
didn't
the
drink
same.
that then.
Yeah.
The smell, like it's just everyone.
Yep. Just the cheap, like almost kind of like your basement with the wood fucking panel walls and like the fucking.
And rented too hard
Did
shoes.
you just
Yeah.
call his basement cheap?
Yep.
Well, I mean a little bit. It's very 70s.
What's wrong with the 70s? Though?
Actually-
I love the 70s.
Shit, with the
But
price of
the wood
materials
panels,
going up,
it's-
this is like
hey.
gold-plated walls.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you guys can't see it on the... Oh, you can on the bar cam. It's wood.
Yeah.
Wood's expensive, guys.
I think it's fake wood though.
Well, then it's fake
Yeah,
expensive.
I think it's veneer.
Veneer.
Yeah.
Getting all big language up in here, Mr. Eloquent.
Dude, I don't even know if that's the right term.
Okay.
It is.
Moving on from bowling balls, we have Georgia firefighter to help embarrassed raccoon out of a jam. Everyone needs a helping hand every now and then, even a mischievous raccoon. Change the camera back to me, and we're going to put that picture up in a second.
Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not forgetting about you.
Alpha ass.
Oh my god. Firefighters in Georgia responded to a home in Dalton about 90 miles north of Atlanta on Monday to remove a raccoon that had broken, presumably in search of snacks, and couldn't find its way back outside. In quotes, you never know what the day is going to hold when you show up for your shift as a firefighter. The City of Dalton Fire Department wrote Wednesday on Facebook, sure, there are many, sure there may be the occasional cat needing to be rescued from a tree, but a raccoon? That's a new one. So here he is. Really embarrassed. Let's pull that up. I gotta go to your screen for that, so you get to see the raccoon. It's this one. There he is.
Do I look cross-eyed when I look at the camera?
I don't know.
I feel like I look cross-eyed with the follow me eyes.
Aw.
Oh, that
no.
raccoon is so ashamed of what he
He's like,
did.
please don't take my picture.
Wait, how did they embarrass him?
because he's shy to be not finding his way out of the home and being basically
so
taken.
little.
He's hiding his bandit mask so they don't know he's a
Bandit
thief.
mask. Wait, so do firefighters really save cats out of trees? Is that like a
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
apparently a real thing.
Really?
I don't know how cats keep getting... Actually, there was a comic I saw recently, which was like the guy who's like a super cat, and he turned into a cat every time. It was like, I'll save you, and then he had to save someone in a tree, and then he was stuck up there too, so the firefighters had to get the
Both of them down?
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty good.
Fucking...
I wish I had that comic. So, jetpack guy, I feel like we gotta go back there, because I know you want to.
I'm thinking about it, dude. Like, for real.
You're
Like-
still thinking about the jetpack guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't see, like, in the few clips I've seen of people with jetpacks, none of them have fucking parachutes. How do you know when
Do
you're
they?
on low fuel?
Have you ever seen one run out of fuel and have to use the parachute?
Is there a parachute, or are
I
you
don't
confident
know.
in your
When's the last
30-minute
time
flight
I'm not
time?
the jetpack guy. I don't know.
Dude, let's say one of your four motors goes down. Do you just start spinning in a fucking circle in the air uncontrollably? I don't understand how the force
I feel
of
like
motion
if you're the
works.
jetpack guy, you're already living life on the edge, right? Like, so you're just like, if it takes me, it takes me. huh?
Someone's got to make a comic of this now. That's just...
Yeah.
Someone's got to be his secret mechanic, though.
Do you even? Do you
What
think
if he works on
knows?
him himself?
Yeah,
What if
maybe
he
he
invented this
Okay,
himself?
to have a jetpack, I feel like you need money and mechanical know-how, or money and a really good, like, smart
you'd
mechanic.
like to think that, but I just read like some article about some flat Earth guy who built his own rocket and then he died. But you know, because it didn't work.
Yeah, I know, I saw that one. Like, I watched the crash.
But for
They
real
didn't
though,
censor
like I
shit.
feel like the technology's there nowadays where anybody could probably build one if they really wanted to.
Like they
But-
have the know-how.
But jetpack is a special thing. Like, you got to get the vortex cone, you got to
where
get
does
the material
flame
strength.
come out though? Like it
Through
can't
the
be
nozzle.
like the traditional jetpack, like where you see it comes out back here like a backpack. Because
I'm guessing it's
you'd
Iron
for sure
Man-y.
start your legs on fire. Are you standing on like a platform?
No, you got, like, things attached to your heels and things attached to your wrists. You got to Iron Man it.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. That does make
'Kay.
sense. I've seen the water jetpacks before.
Moving on.
Do you just put it on a wingsuit? Because those
I'm
wingsuits
sorry
are
I
made
brought
out of...
this up again. Moving
The
on.
wingsuits
you
are made out of
shouldn't have.
nylon. You just go up like a match.
Moving on. Shirtless California man arrested after setting fire to a cross atop a church while jumping rooftops.
Sure, it
my
wasn't a
God.
flaming jetpacker that crashed
No.
into the cross?
A half-clothed California.
Wait, was the cross already up there?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the top of the steeple.
Maybe they should focus on
Oh my
flame-proof
god, these
crosses.
stories are the same story!
It
A
goes flew
half-clothed
too close to
California
the
man
sun.
was arrested Wednesday after he climbed atop a church bell tower, set fire to a cross,
hell
and
stuck this
proceeded
cross
to
in
jump
the sky?
rooftops and rappel buildings. Authorities gave chase. The man, who was not immediately identified, appeared shirtless, missing a sock, while atop the four-story St. Mary's Catholic Church in the Boyle Heights neighborhood in Los Angeles.
In a discarded jetpack
Yeah,
about a
jetpack
block
was
away.
attached to the
A
shirt.
helicopter crew with Fox 11 Los Angeles captured video of the man moving across the roof of the church as its cross was ablaze. He can be seen climbing down the church exterior and jumping from rooftop to rooftop several times. He also used wires dangling above the neighborhood to climb and rappel from buildings.
You see, the cross was actually...
Wait, what?
Several
dude is-
he's Spider-Man.
This
No
dude out
level.
here just George of the Jungle,
Yeah.
fucking swinging from cords.
Several times, the man appears hurt after jumping rooftops and lying on his back. Los Angeles police followed the man's movements from the ground as he attempted to evade capture.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Police were eventually able to safely detain the unidentified man, and firefighters brought him to the hospital in Los Angeles. Firefighters ensured the fire on the roof was fully extinguished to continue to investigate. It was not immediately clear what charges the man will face. No further information was immediately available.
All right, so the church cross was made of steel, and we know the only thing that can burn steel is a guy in a jetpack suit.
Allegedly climbed the building. Allegedly.
How else do you melt? How else do you melt steel other than jet
So
fuel?
here's the thing.
Yeah.
The jetpack was attached to the shirt. We know that. Right? So for sure, the sock burnt right off. We were just talking about that earlier. The jetpack now a little too high. Got him in the sock. I mean, he was clearly injured from the crash. So, I mean, I think we've got this one solved, right?
Well, I mean, think about when you go into a pool too quick and your shorts fly off. Maybe he started losing clothing
never
while
had that
going
problem.
Mach 2.
You never had that problem?
I don't think I've ever had that problem. Because there's that little tie you tie up your shorts with so they can't fall off.
Yeah, but like
This
you're not
dude's just,
shaped
like,
in a way where that
tempting danger
stops it
jumping
from
in with his
flying
shorts
off.
untied, apparently.
Yeah.
Burks' fucking comments.
Was First talking to
Yeah,
us?
he
That
said
shit happens to women all the time.
There might melt steel.
What, your shorts aren't untied?
Your bottoms fly
I mean, he
off.
could have been named Mike.
Moving on. This is not going to be related to the jetpack guy at all for the last article. So we have here, huge rubber duck appears in Main Harbor, amuses residents.
How do you think it got there?
It's not, no, it's not the jetpack
Do they know
guy.
who put it there?
A city in Maine is trying to solve a huge mystery.
We got 3 stories you can claim credit for, Jetpack Guy. You could be a fucking legend.
Yeah.
The 25-foot tall duck, which is emblazoned with the word joy, appeared in the harbor in Belfast, Maine on Saturday. According to the New England Cable News, no one knows who put it there. The station reported the duck don't say a fucking word about the
Of course. So there's one thing that's for sure. That you don't know that it's not the jetpack.
Yeah, prove us wrong.
That's the only thing you know for sure right now.
There's the duck. Oh, that's not the duck.
That's not
There's the duck.
That's the guy in a yellow dress.
There's the duck.
I don't know. It says joy on it. It seems like it's trying to hint. Who's the most joyous person around? The guy
The
in
guy
a...
who owns a fucking jetpack?
Yeah. Can I fly free? Not a chance.
All right, what was
Jetpack
the-
guy? Happy as fuck.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
I rest my case.
The only thing that is absolutely for sure about this story is that we don't know that it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Right?
Prove
Like,
that it
jetpack
wasn't.
guy is a blank check. You could write it for anything.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
And
it's
again,
Jetpack Guy.
It could be you. It could be you. You could be jetpack guy. You're one jetpack away from being jetpack
Yeah,
guy.
you got a jetpack and some free time? You can take all these stories.
Yeah. You could be a legend.
Not legal advice.
Well, if we learned anything from the stories tonight, you could be Jetpack Guy if you really wanted to.
Would you even know if you were a Jetpack Guy, or is it like a Fight Club thing?
I don't know. Man.
Maybe you just wake
Maybe
up...
you are jetpack guy.
Do you ever wake up vaguely smelling like jet fuel?
How you doing? How are you,
Oh my
dude?
god.
And vinyl?
We're
I
talking,
mean, that's why I
apparently
feel
the
so
whole
strongly
fucking first
about it.
half of the show is just about Jetpack Guy.
We're gonna keep coming back to him.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Can you relate what I'm about to talk about next to Jetpack Guy, though?
I could try.
Okay. You will try your hardest. I wish I had a picture of Jetpack Guy. All right.
Yeah,
so,
you said there was a video, right?
yeah, but I don't have the on the laptop for whatever reason it doesn't allow me to fucking do display capture correctly. I don't know what it is about.
sucks.
Yeah.
Figure
so
if you crash into the water, you could swim, or you just done.
so here's a question:
Depends on if you take your shirt off.
how superstitious are you, in
Okay.
general? Obviously, you're not at all.
0.
I know. Now, well, does that make you a stronger person or?
Ooh.
I believe in Jetpack.
Wait,
man.
what is the context of that question? Give me a little bit more info.
You're taking a lot of risks, metaphysically and physically.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Why is Friday the 13th believed to be unlucky? A brief history of the superstition. So Friday the 13th is known as being a day of bad luck, but exactly where did the day get such a bad reputation that inspires horror film franchises and a phobia with a name like Paraskevidiatrophobia? I don't know if I said that right.
I don't think you did.
I probably didn't. According to History.com, the origins of the superstition are unclear, but could have roots as far back as the Code of Hammurabi.
I bet if you had a
Ancient
jetpack, you
Babylon.
could pronounce that.
The code didn't have a 13th law in its list of legal rules, which some believe is proof that the superstition has been around since back then, about the number 13. However, History.com suggests that the missing number was just a clerical mistake. According to the history website, the association of 13 being unlucky is likely to have started in Western culture, the Last Supper in the Bible. The biblical story, 13 people sat at the Last Supper table. Jesus had 12 disciples, and the next day Jesus was crucified. History.com reported that because of this event, Christians may have held a long-standing superstition that having 13 people at a table was a bad omen. According to the website, there is also some belief that aside from Jesus being crucified on a Friday, other bad days in Christian tradition supposedly happened on a Friday, including the day Adam and Eve ate the apple from the tree of knowledge, and the day that Cain killed Abel. Those events could be why Friday the 13th received such a bad reputation. So there you go.
I don't know.
So hold on. That whole thing was just to say that they didn't know why.
they're giving possibilities.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I'm just saying, even if there was like a natural phenomenon that happened regularly, Julius Caesar fucked the calendar so hard that none of it means anything. Why do you think we have like leap times and leap years and like rollback
It
forwards?
was Caesar?
Yeah, it was totally.
It
all happened during the Roman eras, but he started adding like honorary months to the calendar and shit, like August. Not August.
Yeah, isn't it August? Like Augustus?
Well, that one was named after him, but he did a
month.
couple other like complimentary ones. Like September
August
might
strong,
actually
baby.
be something he was like honoring someone with. But they just started playing with the calendar. So like, who's saying they didn't play with the days of the week, man? Once they were just messing with that.
Stuff like that is so fascinating, though, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
just to hear that they have
So
no idea why.
Gumshoe's saying right now in chat that no, Friday the 13th used to be like a sexy cult pagan day. Christianity put the negative spin on it.
I believe that because a lot of
Well, that's the chicken or the egg, right? Like, did they make it their sexy cult pagan day just to fuck on the Christians because
I was
they already thought
born
it
on
was
the
evil?
13th, so I consider it lucky.
When did they add a Friday to the calendar? Like, they couldn't have just been like, all right, Thursday, Friday is, like...
Well, if you talk to Rebecca Black, Friday.
God.
Sorry, I'm old.
Oh, dude. That's bringing me back.
And we're streaming on a Friday now, Saturday, so...
So, wait, so they initially were talking about, what, like Babylon, right?
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't the 13th law?
Apparently not.
But they had a 13th floor.
Because of a clerical...
And that's why God
This is
smited the
weirdest thing to
whole
think
damn
about.
building.
It's like, you know, it's just like 2000 BC or some shit. Like, yeah, clerical error. Like, that sounds like the most mundane bullshit of all.
I was listening to Old Mysterious Universe the other day, based out of Australia, and you want to hear something crazy?
Okay.
They found what are the
Hieroglyph-
trilobite? They found a
trilobite.
rock that they opened up with a trilobite with apparently a foot imprint in it that was wearing a sandal. That was literally before we thought humans even existed. So, what does that fucking say?
Was it a sandal or was it a toeless Neanderthal?
They said it looked like a sandal.
How would you know?
I don't know. You'd have to look up the story. I don't have the story out front. I just
Okay.
listened to this on
So
Mysterious
it was
Universe.
just in the same... What is that
Sedimentary
called?
rock.
Yeah.
Same rock?
Yes. It was literally in a rock. They broke apart to see if there was a what is it? A fossil in there, and there was
I
literally
feel like
a crushed.
there could be an answer for that. I'm too dumb to know it.
Well,
though.
I want to point out. Do you ever hear about the fact that people were opening up like fucking not like these coal rocks that had like objects inside, like a screw, stuff that had been buried in the ground for like millions of years, and there's a fucking screw
I did
inside.
hear one time about how like the way that they carbon date stuff isn't nearly, well, depending on what you're dating, it isn't nearly as accurate as they think it is. But it depends on what you're using it for.
It depends on the type of dating too.
I don't know if that's right what I'm saying, but like
too, I think.
I remember reading some fucking like story about that, about how like the carbon dating in some aspects isn't nearly as accurate as
Well,
they think.
from what I understand is it all goes, like, the start point for carbon dating goes from when we started launching atomic bombs.
Right,
Because
yeah, well,
because the time before that, everything else gets exponentially less exposure and everything above gets exponentially more.
Oh, there's a theory out there that says we nuked ourselves once before, and we ended up.
Oh, dude, if you listen to, like, the Indian, like, Vedas and stuff like that, they have all sorts of stories of high-tech stuff that we're just now, like, figuring out.
Yeah, the Vimanas, the chariots in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about some of that. Like I said, Mysterious Universe, it's a great podcast, better than anything I could ever do. These guys are based out of Australia, and I hear all kinds of weird stories that are so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jetpack Guy.
yeah, that reminds me of something. It reminds me of like, oh, what the fuck? I can't remember. Was it Jetpack Guy? I'm just kidding.
Are you
Justin, I think you might actually be Jetpack Guy, because you would totally do that.
Maybe this
You
whole
would
thing,
totally do that if
Maybe
you
the
had the
reason
technology.
I'm just deflecting is because I am Jetpack Guy.
You heard it here
Maybe.
first, Justin is Jetpack
Maybe.
Guy.
Yeah.
He's
You never
claiming
know.
it.
Prove that he's not Jetpack
Yeah.
Guy.
Prove that I'm not Jetpack Guy. Good luck. Good luck.
So there it is. There you have the history of why we may think Friday the 13th is unlucky.
Well, that's not a history. Though.
No, that was just
Well,
hey,
history
listen to
document-
this.
That was a big. I don't
There
know.
was some-
How's that a history?
There was
Damn
some
right.
history in there.
That ended the same way as
Not
who's
about
Jetpack
Friday
Guy.
the 13th, though.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't know.
poor article.
It's kind of a hearsay.
I like it,
At least with,
but I
like,
also don't like it.
At least with like a lot of other countries, like you know why numbers are unlucky. Like you know in Japan, was it number 4? It sounds like death. They don't put anything as number 4. Like you know in China, this sounds like death. Like they don't do that. In the U.S., it's like 13.
Can I just say that we're like lucky that we don't have a number that sounds like death?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stigma on a lot of stigma on 666, so there's that.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But that's
fair.
I think I actually don't even know where that started. We could go into that, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
Unless someone
there's
knows the
another one,
story
too.
about that. And then I heard a story the other day that 666 really isn't the devil's number. It's actually 616.
Yeah, it was
So
When you get into numerology, it's such a big ass rabbit hole to fall into. Because then it's like words have numerical meanings and they all mean this, and it's like starts to get a little weird and obsessive.
to be fair, the universe is based on math.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why, as humans, being able to understand math.
Golden ratio is its own rabbit hole.
Yes, it is. The Fibonacci sequence.
Is it based on math, or is math the only way we can understand it?
Oh,
Just saying.
Shit.
I'm just saying.
Well, it's a
I would
natural
have to-
emerging
I would have
pattern.
to say it's not based on math. Math is just the way we explain it. So, I mean,
True.
math is the explanation, not the reason.
Is it halftime yet?
But
it is halftime, yes. We're about to go to break here. I was just seeing if there's anything else we wanted to interject into this before we go to break. And you're going to enjoy some Ratters
Yep.
playing video games, and I think it was Phasmophobia. If you haven't had a chance, please follow Ratters on YouTube. Really funny rat. Does a lot of just YouTube content, streams as well. He's twitch.tv/Ratters. But we will be back after the break, guys. Stay tuned for more. We're going to talk about convention experiences now.
And maybe Jetpack Guy.
And maybe Jetpack Guy for the 800th time.
For now.
I'll be right back.
You don't want to huff this paint thinner that we have 3 cans of for some reason. Look how many cans of paint thinner we have.
2 for thinning paint, 1 for huffing.
I think you mean 3 for 0 for thinning paint.
We're professionals, right? I think we are. God, dude, look at that paint thinner. That's fucking huge. God damn, were they real? Were they just voices in my head? Manifestations of fabrication? Is nothing real? My sanity says it's 100, but the context of it being a percentage-based number means that it's subjective. I could be 100% sane or 100% crazy. God damn, you got a big forehead. Get up.
Can you boys hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
No.
All right. I want this to be taken seriously, okay? We didn't grab the key. Damn it. Hello? Oh, nice cock. Yes. Buttholes, correct, buttholes.
Hey,
Oh
mate,
my
there's a
god.
sign, mate.
There's a bear. I thought it was a ghost.
That's pretty scary. I don't know. Why is it glowing?
I don't know. Maybe it's pregnant.
Check this- Oh, okay, there's something in here.
Oh.
Hey, it says hey. It says hey. Are you friendly? He said die. We should probably
He said
leave.
die.
Yes, he said die. We should
He
leave.
said die.
Like, Comlight has been grabbed.
It's a wraith.
A wraith.
Let me do some research in my epic book. It says wraiths don't touch the ground. How the fuck did it walk in salt?
I think that was just a glitch.
It's pretty romantic, huh?
Okay, hey, dude, look at that. We already did all the objectives.
Can we go in the house and say its name?
What's its name?
Helen Jones. Oh, Helen!
We're gonna reenact that scene from Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd gets his dick sucked by the ghost.
Damn. What was that?
Is that someone getting their dick sucked?
I wish. Helen, can you suck my wee-wee? We should leave.
Buddy. Apparently, 0 ghost events or hunts, but we had 20 interactions. When? I don't know. You ever see those ghost hunter videos where they're looking down the hallway and then they put their thumb over the camera for half a second? They're like, oh my god, did you see that?
Mama sussy balls.
Logan, are you okay? The lights are on, but no one's home.
Are you stepping in my cornflakes? Because I'll let you know it's a weird way to eat cornflakes.
What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
I think Fruity Pebbles.
Solid choice. I've always been a Lucky Charms kind of guy.
You don't like Captain Crunch?
No, not really. Not my favorite.
Kind of tastes like cardboard.
Hello? Ghost bitch. Give us a sign.
Ah, Jonathan, I want to suck your cock.
Hold on, I think I just heard a ghost. Did you get that, Chris?
Yeah, I did. Oh, I see Jacob. Hi, Jacob.
Hold on, there's someone down the hall. I'm being chased. There's a ghost.
Wee woo, Jacob, you gotta run.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get you. I brought a spirit box and the cum light.
I don't like how big this room is.
I agree, it's a little too big and scary. Oh, I'm in the gym. I don't like this.
Yeah, fuck this room.
Sign.
Sign. Ghost, you're really
Come
fucking...
on.
You're boring me here, dude. You're boring.
Give me the heebie-jeebies. I want them now. No sign? Okay.
Maybe this is like a real ghost hunter show and there's actually no such thing as ghosts. Go check the bathrooms, Logan, and see if there's any dirty water in the sinks.
Can I drink the dirty water?
Yeah, what? I think it'll line your stomach with the proper amino acids to protect you from all danger.
Here's the spooky box, boys. This ghost is doo-doo water.
Let's get out of here.
This ghost wins. Stinker.
Remember those ghost videos that came out when Michael Jackson died?
I'm feeling Revenant. It was a yokai.
Oh man, look at that. We did real good.
We actually lost money driving out there.
We gotta go back. We gotta ask Paul for some gas money.
Alright, let's do farm. Leave me alone. Chris, I'm detecting ooh signs. Okay, let's go. Damn. Look at that toilet. That shit dried up, B.
It's okay, we have the power of religion on our side. We'll be okay.
I'm sorry, is this boring? Am I boring you?
No. A little bit. Maybe.
What up, ghost bitch? Can you give us a sign? Are you friendly? Oh.
Oh.
Okay. I guess
Answers
not.
that. At least he was prompt in his response, unlike that other person.
Is he still talking in there? I think I heard it. I think I heard it faintly.
He's talking to himself.
What an idiot.
What's his name?
No, come back, JK.
Oh, sorry. Her name is Nancy Brown.
JK, I'm not very good at like social. Alright, I'm gonna smoke up this burrito right here.
What do you
Right, what do you write? You do like a dick and balls. It's pretty hot. I don't like
that.
I'm so fucking scared. That thing, I'm so
I am
scared.
too.
Oh my fucking god. That terrified me. I made a fucking...
Accidentally took a picture. That scared me. Nancy Brown.
Look at a fucking bitch, dude, you little coward. You scared of a Unity asset?
To be fair, it is a pretty scary Unity asset. I got the picture, I'm gonna die!
Oh god, it got me! It got me!
Yokai. Isn't that one of the new ones?
Yes.
We made $20. Your life was worth $20, Jacob.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna say we do one more.
Alright.
One final heist. The big one.
I'm ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, dude, I found a Luigi board. Where are you? Hallway. Are you friendly? Did you turn it off?
No.
That's not a question, I should have asked it. Alright. Dude, talking with that Ouija board made my sanity go down to 0. Dude, that is so scary that the EMF is following me now. That is not supposed to happen. Are you friendly? Yeah, it's right here. Alright, so we got freezing temps, and that's a ghost orb. And spirit box. So it's a mare.
What's the horse doing in the house?
Chris, you done?
I guess so. Shit.
Let's get the fuck out of here. You a bitch ghost, you a bitch ghost, you a bitch ghost, you a bitch ghost, you a bitch ghost.
What a punk ass.
Alright, that sucked. Alright, we're out of here. So,
R.I.P. Christopher.
it's a mayor.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we got $120.
I saw it appear, and like I ran to the bedroom, and I kept hearing it like right behind me, like it wanted to ask me for gum or something.
Did you give it any?
Yeah, did you give him any
ghosts?
ghosts?
That out before I died.
Yeah. No. We did it, guys. We stopped all ghosts.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing.
Yeah, dude, I loved my Hobbit. Like, that thing was super cool.
I had to crank down the handlebars a little tighter because I've gained 20 pounds since I last fixed it up. And that's just enough pounds that when you slam on the brakes, the handlebars now shift up a little bit. And considering they're cable brakes, that really messes with the brakes.
Yeah.
So you try to stop and nothing happens, so you have to put your knee on the frame and crank the bars back so the brakes re-engage.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No fun.
And
No
those
fun.
things, like, if you run out of gas...
I don't have a motorcycle because I feel like I'd wreck myself on one.
When you run out of gas on a 2-cycle engine, it really lurches forward and almost throws you over the handlebars.
Yeah, back in the 70s, they really liked making the two-stroke stuff, right?
Yeah, I gotta add oil to it when I put gas in.
And
It's got the fill cup in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they would do the oil injection, sometimes they would do the mix in the tank or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they never really made, like, big bikes like that. And I always kind of wondered why, right? And I looked into it a little bit, and they made something called the Kawasaki 750 H2 was the name of it, right?
H2, okay.
And the name of it that everyone called it was the Widowmaker. Because the thing had way more horsepower than the frame could handle, and it was two strokes, so it had a tendency of, oil starvation would seize the motor.
Oh,
crash
shit.
it on the freeway.
That's fair.
And it killed a whole bunch of people, so they nicknamed it the Widowmaker.
Huh. The more you know.
Yeah, and that was.
I bet when they mainstream jetpacks, they'll call those the Widowmaker,
right?
too.
Two-stroke jetpacks.
If you're asking why I put this here, it's my skateboard from when I was in 6th grade because I thought it was cool at the time because X Games was really popular.
That's actually a really cool backdrop. Can we just, make that the background?
What does it say?
Veriflex skateboards.
Veriflex skateboards.
It was from Toys R Us.
Did you know how to skateboard? Could you skate
I can do
the
an
board?
ollie.
You could do an ollie?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
That's about it. That's about all I
The
can
bottom's
do.
a little beat up. Looks like you've been riding a little bit.
I did. I used to. When Nova was here, I was skateboarding outside in my driveway.
Yeah.
And there's actually a video out there of Nova grabbing the board and pushing off on it and trying to do the same thing like Dad, and it was so cute. It was so cute.
Failed miserably? He fell
No, he did it well. He actually
Really?
did, yes.
And
then he stopped, turned around, looked back at me, and said, "Did I do a good job?" And I was like, "Yes, yes." But then he flipped the board over and started eating it. So then I had to take it away.
Not a stick.
Not a stick.
Yeah, the only time I ever tried to skateboard,
I haven't rode that thing since the 70s.
Immediately almost fell down.
Hey, Tammy, how's it going?
It's a fidget spinner on the table.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So, let's go forward. We're going to talk about convention stories now. So, anyone got any good ones? I have to get the brain going to think about something fantastic. I mean, I remember the time. Okay, no, you go first.
Okay, so at a local FurCon, Sears, you remember the business that was too big to fail?
Yes.
So it went out of business, and they had full-size mannequins, like sitting, standing, the whole 9 yards.
Oh my God.
And they were only like $30, and they were all on sale and across the street from where this FurCon was happening. So we picked up a couple mannequins, and we threw our fursuits on them in the room. And then we waited for, like, the hotel staff to come in and, like, service the room. And they were talking to the mannequins thinking that they were us and that, like, we just weren't responding. And, like, there were so many varieties. We even started to totem pole the fursuit, like... Because, like, we found the sitting ones would totally sit on the shoulders of the standing ones. And it just... And also the sitting one bent over looked very promiscuous. So you could put these mannequins in different positions in the room at various times.
I like it.
The only thing that comes to my mind offhand is currently IFC is going on, and I remember the time the cops got called because the guy started ripping the light fixtures off the wall because he might have been on bath salts or something. So there was that.
I mean, of the things you can do on bath salts, I feel like that's pretty tame.
Yeah.
Cops got called, got arrested.
And from what I've learned, probably not a felony.
Jetpack guy?
Bath salts
That might be a
unregulated.
Jetpack guy, felony. Ripping light fixtures off the walls on bath salts, probably not a felony. Just, I don't know. Feels like it.
I mean, we were talking about Chlorine Con a few years back, where
we were there.
You know, I will tell you one thing about that night. When we were there, somebody like made a chlorine bomb and threw it into the stairwell of fucking like the hotel.
Yeah.
The entire hotel
Really
was
did.
evacuated, and I
In
remember
the evacuation stairwell, mind you.
I want to point out when I was there, I was at a suite, like a room party in a fucking suite. And I had loaded my trip pants up with Coors. So I had like literally like 4 to 6 like Coors in my pocket. I had my fursuit on me. And when the fire alarms went off, I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm set."
Yeah.
I have everything I need right here.
Like, do young people know what trip pants are?
I think
I
they're
know.
coming back.
Are they?
Jinko jeans are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I heard about the Jinko jeans thing. But is that like a satire kind of thing, though? Like, I don't know if that's like
No, it's like all like 90s.
I've been wanting to wear my trip pants. I didn't know if that was just like a calling from a greater cause.
I never actually had trip pants. I always super fascinated by
When I got them, I was in my mid-20s, so I was reliving stuff I should have lived in the early 2000s.
I had
when I
mine
was a
in
shy
high
kid.
school.
So I ended up getting trip pants, and it was because of... Okay, here's a con story. My first experience with trip pants were basically...
Yeah?
Steve-O.
Yeah.
You remember Steve-O?
Yeah, we would trade pants sometimes.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
The story of the traveling pants, I still have this pair. So Steve-O ends up seeing your pants in the back of the blue ones, the big puffy blue ones.
Oh, yeah. The bottoms of those are forever lost.
Steve-O straight up said...
Is that the one with the chains?
No, it's just straight up. They're like parachute...
The reflective strips?
They're literally like pajamas almost, with like fucking bright blue, fucking big bottoms and shit. They're his shuffling pants, as he called them.
Yeah, those are the ones with the reflectors.
So he sees them in the back of my truck. I go, I don't know. I think someone left these in my room one time. It was you. And I'm like, yeah, I was wearing them at the con, like walking around. And he goes, dude, I'll trade you. So he traded me this pair of fucking like giant ass fucking trip pants for your pants. And then I'm like, okay. So I'm wearing these things with chains on them, but there's a backstory behind the pants he gave me. He goes, yeah, dude, I saw these in the alley one time, and they looked really expensive, so I kept them. And I said, you washed them, right? And he said, of course. I still have that pair to this day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Back alley pants.
I would have taken some back alley trips. No question.
What kind of...
What kind of man is Steve-O?
Steve-O's also the guy that made a bong out of his car. So there's
that's talking about Steve-O is a podcast in itself.
I just want like, what kind of life do you live that you have like a pants trading scenario? I don't know that I've ever traded pants with anyone.
Haven't been
like
to
ever.
Okay,
for
wait.
any reason. Wait. Or even considered it as an option.
Do you own any super cool pants? Like, is there one pair of pants you have in mind that like comes to mind as the coolest pants you own? Because otherwise you don't meet the minimum requirement for pants trading.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm just not part of the...
Normie pants.
It makes sense. I don't get it, I guess.
If it's taking you this long to name the best pair of pants you own, you probably don't have pants worth trading.
I remember Robert told me, I don't know if you remember Robbie at all.
I have several stories.
Robbie goes, oh, you finally had your experience with fun pants. And I'm like, yeah, yes.
They're great. They're like not even wearing pants.
They're airy, they're open, you have all these pockets, the pockets have zippers on them.
And I mean, like, you can fit a whole bottle of Jack in one of those pockets.
Yeah, there's that too.
I can't be the weird one here. Like, that's not...
No, we're the weird ones. You're the normal one here. That's why this works.
Yeah, you're normie pants.
Oh, I'm a normie now. Alright.
Yeah, you're definitely normie
pants. Alright,
Justin's gonna get into trip pants now in his 30s.
Yeah, right? Like, now I feel like I've been challenged or something.
Justin is, like, the funniest, like, convention normie. Like, it's hilarious because, like, literally I will be, like, either in full cosplay or, like, full, like, Lolita, like, fashion, like, outfit. And he's always with me.
Yeah.
And he'll be in, like, what he wears, like, all the time. And then he'll have, like, his, like, puffy vest on or like his backpack on.
What, puffy vest like from Back to the Future style?
Yeah, it literally looks like that.
Like
yeah,
you're Justin's a time
This is what I wear.
And people will legit come up to me in like the vendor halls and be like, "What are you cosplaying at?"
Yeah, people ask me all the time. I'm like, I'm fucking just wearing my clothes, dude. What are you trying to say right now?
I'm literally wearing my like normal.
You reminded me of something now because Erdic, he literally went to a con cosplaying as a guy that got lost at the fucking airport and showed up there. And didn't know what the fuck was going on.
He walked around and goes, what is all this?
Yeah, it was so funny.
What is
it was so funny, dude.
You guys put on a play or something?
That's funny.
My favorite experience is like, okay, so when I used to cosplay as the K9 unit,
yeah,
I had a group of cops that got in the elevator with me, and they literally looked at me, and I'm standing right next to them. The guy grabs my radio to see if it's real, and he tries to talk into it. And he goes, "Nice, dude." And I'm like, "Thank you." But no,
I can't tell you the amount of times that man walked into a con in his like full police outfit looking thing.
Oh yeah, I bet I literally.
And all of us are looking halfway at the floor, so we look up, we just see the boots, the pants, the shirt, the shinies, and then like, oh, it's a wolf head, thank God.
I literally banged on a room door one time, but I had the tail on and back, and the feet paws on, and I said, "Open up!"
Open up!
Yep, and then they did, and they're like, "Hey!" But at first they were terrified because they saw the hat and everything, and they're like, "Uh-oh."
See, Gumshoe even says he has a pair of special pants with his story. He found them at a tram stop.
Apparently I'm the weirdo.
Well, okay, she clearly pays attention to her outfits. I'm sure she has a pair of pants that she's like, yeah, these are the coolest pants.
I don't really wear pants. So.
That's not even fair. Yeah, you got like dresses and stuff.
Then.
You totally traded. So yeah, apparently I'm the one in the minority here.
You can also have a special dress. Do you have one of those?
No.
Oh.
I can't think of a single item of clothing that I have traded for.
Really?
Yeah. Never. Not a single time. Not a single thing.
I guess you haven't been to a furry convention.
I feel like I'm like missing out on a whole segment of my life that I just never lived.
Kind of.
Have I passed that by? Have I lost?
You gotta help him buy a cool pair of pants.
Yeah, you were never into any type of like specialized like fashion that you would trade.
To be fair, Justin, you remember me in high school. I was literally straight up blue jeans, band shirt, and that was it. And then I discovered skate shoes, and I
Yeah.
discovered trip pants, and I discovered some kind of style that reflects me. And eventually I went, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I want to go back to like just nice dress now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I really don't care. I don't know. I don't care as much about that as I get older. But still, I'm still reliving the trip pants thing currently, because the pockets are nice, as we said earlier.
Although I will say, everybody's kind of got their thing, right? Their own little like style quirk.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm not exclusive out of that zone, but
Yeah, you're definitely. I wouldn't say
I
you're
rock the
like.
sweater vests all the time.
So you want your like defining factor to be puffy vest?
Maybe not puffy vest. What do I want it to be?
You're pretty. I mean, you've got your like kind of outdoory chic.
That is the most
kinda
basic
thing.
ass shit, though.
And you generally don't want to be known for like cargo shorts.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, to be fair, I was known for cargo shorts in elementary school.
Yeah, and now
Basic
we're not.
early 2000s stuff. The fucking the khaki cargo shorts that everybody had.
Yeah.
Well, what was it in high school? No, we all had the.
Oh, do you guys
the
remember
camouflage pants?
Do you remember when
Yeah,
Circuit City?
camouflage
Do you
cargo
remember when
shorts.
Circuit City went under?
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Circuit City.
I literally bought the manager's uniform, and I
What?
wanted. I wanted
Come
to,
on, dude.
I, no,
Do
I,
you
I,
still have it?
I still have it.
Oh.
I wanted to walk. I wore it to a con once, like back after Circuit City. It was FCN.
You can do a podcast in
2009.
your Circuit City shirt.
2009. I'll wear it next time.
Come on.
Literally, no, I'll wear it next time.
Do it.
And-
I got a
and-
McDonald's badge that says Eric.
Okay.
I can't tell you how I got it.
Okay. Well, anyway, I literally wore it, and I wanted to create a video where I walked into Best Buy with my Circuit City shirt on and just start crying, like make a video of it. I had the khaki pants and the fucking shirt. The guy was.
Why have you done this to me?
When I wear the badge, I sometimes get a discount at McDonald's.
Oh my
just
god,
for
that
wearing
almost. That almost sounds like the origin story to Jetpack Man.
it. He started
How did you
as
do
Oh my god!
Come on now, right? Come on now.
Circuit City goes out of business, and he knows he only has
He's
one
lost
job
his
left.
purpose. He's lost his purpose. He needs to become a
You're
man
creating
again.
a lore. I hope you know that. You're creating a Jetpack Guy lore.
He
right?
Yeah.
knew he had 2
Jetpack
weeks before
Man
the
lore,
liquidators came.
Oh my god.
Thank God he worked at Radio Shack before, and he's been through
No,
this
not Radio
once
Shack,
before.
Circuit City.
Yeah, but he worked there previously.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't
Okay, so
know?
now he's okay. So now
That's why he knew what was coming.
He's moving up the ladder,
He
dude.
saw the waters
ladder of
rising,
sorrow.
and he built his ark far above what we could do. Ark floats on water. This man floats on air.
Oh my
Prove me
God.
wrong.
I don't think you can.
This is Jetpack Man lore.
Jetpack Man lore.
You guys got some Jetpack Man lore?
the
Put it
beginning.
in the comments. I want to hear it.
30 years from now, when the Jetpack Man comic books are out, you're gonna be
Oh.
like, I remember this day. I remember when they had Jetpack.
I'll bring
lore.
this up now since we're just kind of shooting the shit with like convention stories, because I did not have a great topic for tonight, so we couldn't remember the last one because I did not rewatch.
Don't
the
have a
last
great
one.
topic? Your topic's Jetpack Man.
But I did, yeah, that
I don't know
was-
what the hell you're
okay.
talking about.
I wanna point out. I posted this on Facebook and Twitter the other day. Do you remember the Scholastic Book Show?
Yeah.
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 What did you buy from there,
Oh,
personally? Because I bought. I'll
Bro.
tell you what I got. I got a poster with a Dodge Viper on it,
Dude. Hell yeah.
and a book on how to yo-yo.
No shit.
Yes.
Interesting choice.
Do you still have it?
I don't know. I'd have to find it. I was all into the Duncan and like the sleeper with the ball bearings. And
Everybody was, man. Everybody was. I had one just to have it, so I could be like part of the squad. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, Justin, like fucking like shoot your yo-yo," and I'm like, "Man, strings all tangled. Sorry, bro. Can't do it today. Never yo-yoed, not a single time."
You
Just
know,
had it just to flex.
Yeah, just a flex, man.
when I
Just
watched...
a power status move. Like,
So what did you buy then from it? Like what did you buy
bro.
from that?
So, first of all, every Captain Underpants book,
Yeah.
all that shit was awesome.
Still has them
Still
all.
have them. Every single one they ever came out with. Apparently, they're making them again,
Yeah.
or maybe they never stopped. I don't know. I fell out of the, age bracket there, I suppose, at some point in time. But yeah, I got all the original ones, and then I bought a book on mummies once, and it came with
That's
like
sick.
all kinds of fucking like. It came with like you remember Sticky Hands?
Yeah!
it came with like a
Sticky
mummy
Hand
that you could, like,
Master.
whip. at the wall and it would stick to the wall and like fall down or whatever. A couple other things. I think I had one on like aliens or something.
Can you tell I was into Animorphs?
Animorphs.
I mean,
Just-
so was I.
Yeah.
But I never had the books. I just watched the show.
You didn't like look at the covers?
I did look at the covers.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
feel like that's about as far as I got with the Animorphs thing. I was fascinated with the book, like, because they had the weird covers on them and stuff. I don't know that I ever read a single one, or watched the show for that matter.
So, Melissa, what did you buy?
Yeah, what'd you get?
So I was a real nerd, and I used to buy all the. There was a series of books, and it was like historical, like princesses, like real like princesses when they were younger, and it was like their diary, like not like actual their diaries, but like a rewriting of their diaries of when they were like teenagers.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were gonna say you were a horse girl.
No, I was. It was like, yeah, and so they
Well,
would.
no, maybe. Okay, we can go into metaphysical stuff and say maybe Melissa was a princess one time in her past life.
She's a princess right now. What are you trying to say?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
All right.
What are you trying to say about my wife?
Nothing.
And also, who's saying Jetpack Man can't be Jetpack Woman?
Nobody.
Holy shit!
Shit.
That's actually true. You are right, sir. You are right.
All right. We don't even know.
Yeah.
They just assumed.
I bet you thought Jetpack Man was a man.
That'd be amazing, actually, to come out on like Jetpack Man or woman.
Or woman.
I don't even know what to
Ooh,
call
that
him.
sounds like a good title to the story too. Jetpack Man or
Jetpack
woman.
Person.
Jetpack person. There we go.
So
But-
you bought the diaries for the princesses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of adorable.
Chemical, what did you
It
buy?
was
You
kinda
just said.
I just like Animorphs. I did buy a
Animorphs.
couple of Captain Underpants for sure.
Dude, Captain Underpants was
I'm trying to think of what the other one was. There was something else I got.
Dude, the flip thing where you would flip the page in the Captain Underpants books, you know, and it would look like it was moving. I love that shit.
I
It
did
was so
read a
good.
couple when I was a kid. I did read a couple Nancy Drew books, which here's a fact.
Amelia Bedelia, someone said on my card.
Amelia Bedelia.
So I just recently found this out, and it was interesting because I did read like a couple of the old Nancy Drew books.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually like a previous, like the first edition of Nancy Drew, they actually like changed it when they
Oh.
reprinted it because she was too feminist.
Oh.
And they like changed the whole plots of the books.
Really?
Yeah,
hold
because
on.
like a publishing company bought the novels,
Huh.
and like the first like I don't know how many books, they were like, yeah, this is too like progressive. Like we gotta.
And this is
redo
back in the
this.
90s or whatever, right?
No, this is like like Nancy Drew was like the 50s.
Oh, 50s, okay.
Yeah. So.
Well,
it
what's
was
it?
like,
That was skirt still below the knee, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
What
she
was
was
that?
a little too progressive back then, so they like
Wow,
changed it a lot.
that's insane.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
insane.
ankles were allowed by then.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Nancy Drew. She I guess like the revamped version. Like
You guys
the
ever
most,
hear
like,
about the pictures or videos of the time travelers?
pictures or
There's
videos?
like apparently a
Oh.
photo of a guy that's on a like
like
wearing
an iPhone
clothing
or something?
wearing clothing at like I think it was like a rally for a presidential election, and he looks like a guy straight out of fucking modern times, like
Oh, with
standing
like
in
a
the
graphic
crowd.
tee?
Yes,
And like they
yes.
didn't even do graphic tees
Yes.
back then?
Yes, or like the woman talking on a cell phone in like
I've
the
seen that one, yeah.
1920s.
Huh.
Shit
No.
blows my mind.
That was in a Charlie Chaplin film?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Convention
basic
stories.
surface on that.
Back to that.
Hold up. What's wrong with horse girls, by the way?
Oh, you don't want to be a horse girl.
Is that like a
Thank
thing?
you.
Is that like a thing?
You also don't want to be a horse boy.
Yeah, that's even weirder.
Yeah.
That means you're a cowboy. What are you? What?
No,
No,
it's different.
wait,
Horse
wait,
girl
what's
It's
the-
and
what's
a
the
oh.
completely different.
I don't know if I want to know the difference.
Yeah, what is the
Yeah,
difference?
but look it up on your own
I'm
time.
just gonna say.
You've never seen horse girl memes?
Is that like a thing?
I actually haven't. I haven't seen that.
Horse
side.
girl memes? What does it mean? What's the meme? Well, it's clearly negative by the way you're putting it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's just like there's always that one girl in grade school
So-
who was really into horses.
Oh, okay, so I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, we
It's an archetype.
All right, well.
Yeah, we've strayed extremely far from the original topic.
Hey, some people want horses, some people want jetpacks.
Some people, hey,
Jetpack.
Do what defines you.
ride that sky pony.
What's
Man,
up, Ricky? How's
Sky
it going,
ponies.
Rick?
I can get behind sky ponies.
Sky ponies.
How you doing tonight, Ricky?
Oh, dude, if you don't name your jet, like, you know how you come up with the name of like the vehicle? It's like the Viper.
Oh.
The fucking, dude, if it's not called the fucking Pegasus, you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
Like for real.
Oh.
You guys, you really love Jetpack guys so much.
Okay.
You
Jetpack
brought it
person.
up. I don't know.
No. It was a great article. Like it was so fantastic.
So wouldn't the pinnacle of owning a jetpack be to have a painting of you flying the jetpack painted on the jetpack?
So Ricky, what they're
Like
talking about right now? There's
airbrush?
Yeah, like those
jetpack
vans with the
person
magical
sightings
scenes.
in
I don't know why
California
I
right
imagined
now.
the
Some person flying
1945
a
like fighter
jetpack.
jet, fucking like the
And-
pinup girl.
and
Yeah,
5,000 feet,
but on your
and air
jetpack.
traffic
Yeah,
control
I like
saw
it.
this.
My jetpack can be my horse girl. I'm into that. Is that the right meme? I don't know. I'm
I'd
using
polish it every day.
Okay, back to
Convention.
Yeah, what were we
convention.
talking about that's less
Convention
important than jetpacks?
So you know, like a couple of conventions were kind of like doing their thing like this past summer because like COVID was kind of like whatever. So one, Anime Midwest was gonna happen,
Okay.
and like they made this weird announcement that
Oh my God,
Insane
yeah, I
Clown
know.
Posse was performing in Anime
What?
Midwest.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. And like literally it was like the day after April Fools. And so
Oh.
literally everybody thought it was it was not an April Fools joke.
Oh.
They're really
Did
good.
you know that Violent J's daughter is a furry, and she was at the FurryCon with Violent J at MFF 2019?
Well, like
Yeah,
that's what
I was trying
everybody
really
was
hard not to be an
saying.
asshole to people that year.
Everybody was saying, like, in the comments of, like, the announcement on Facebook, people were like, what the hell is this? Like, why? And then people were like, oh, well, his daughter's a furry, and, like, kind of trying to connect it. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense for, like, I don't know, but, like, for an anime convention, it was a little bit weird.
But it was true, is what you're getting at.
But it was true. And
That's
then,
crazy.
like, it ended up, they canceled. I don't know if it was, like, for COVID reasons or, like,
Well,
whatever.
they told them they
but
couldn't
then all
explode the Fagos.
Yeah, and they said there was no,
Hey,
like...
I was at a concert in Milwaukee with my first girlfriend, and I got hit in the face with a bottle of Diet Root Beer Faygo.
Yeah, well, I couldn't
That's the
believe they were
worst
going to
flavor.
have the concert indoors in a convention hall.
Yeah.
Like, who thought that was a good idea? And then all these, like,
juggalo.
juggalos bought tickets and they canceled, and they had to buy con
Yeah.
badges. Because you had to buy a badge
Oh, to go to
to
the thing.
buy a
Ticket.
ticket to
Dude,
get into the
ICP's fan base
concert.
ain't rich.
Yeah, so all these people were pissed because they bought a convention badge and then they canceled on it.
Wow.
And I was just like, that was the most clusterfuck shit I've ever
I mean, I
seen.
guess if you really think about it, it kind of makes sense a little bit. I don't know if you.
It was
you
a
know,
stretch.
you got the people who are trying to be different or whatever. Nah, I'm not saying you're trying to be different, but maybe you won't. Whatever. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
more
Like,
like,
kinda, I would
who's
imagine
trying
that
to be
those-
different?
I mean,
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like the ICP people and anime people, and like they're both kind of on the same lateral there. Maybe they're not interested in the exact
yeah,
same
they
things,
both
but
don't know how magnets work.
That's fair. How do they work though?
Energy.
It
Energy.
was just
Just
a
explain it with
little
energy.
too. It was a little too weird for a lot of
I'll be honest though.
regular convention goers.
I feel like an ICP concert would be kind of lit. Like I would go to one.
You know what I was upset about when I went to my ICP experience? I was mostly upset they didn't play the full songs. They
You
played
went
like
to an ICP experience?
Yeah,
Yes.
what?
Wait,
Talk about
so
that.
you described it as an experience and not a concert. So like,
because it's not.
so you gotta kind of
Yeah.
explain that a little
Well,
bit.
I will point out that the music in and of itself is not something I normally listen to, other than
Okay.
a couple songs like Tilt-A-Whirl is good, and
Okay.
Fuck the World's also good. but a lot of the music
Okay.
isn't in my alley. But I will say, going to this event with all the people in a community was so much fun. It was just an
Okay, so I guess that's kind of where I'm at.
I've heard that the actual
the atmosphere of the situation would probably be pretty cool.
When they have the family,
the energy in the room.
Yeah, right.
But it'd be awkward when they do the phrases and you're supposed to know the response, like a secret password. Like who's going to Chicken Hut? If you don't know we's going to Chicken Hut, you instantly get exposed. I assume.
I feel like you
and
just
other lyrics like that.
outphrased me already. I don't even know what that means.
I actually don't remember what that means.
You also don't
but
have
I know my
pants.
ex told me what that meant, and I have no idea.
I don't know what it means. I just know the passphrase.
But I feel like if you're at an ICP concert and you're putting forth the effort to be there, I feel like maybe the people would probably help you out and explain it to you, right?
I just figure
maybe I don't know.
Dump fucking
dump
soda.
Fago on
Yeah,
it. I
you
don't
might
know,
get
man. I've never
baptized
been
in
to one.
Fago.
Did you feel alienated because you didn't know the phrases?
Yeah, that's a good question. You were there.
Yeah.
Did you whoop whoop?
I did not. I was just
Okay.
there. I was with my girl
That's
at
like
the
not
time.
saying amen at church, bro.
That is true.
Well, I don't.
He got
I
you
don't
there.
do that either. So
come on.
I went to
Sacrilege.
church for a long time, and I realized I was not really part of this because I felt completely different than
That's
the
fair enough.
majority of people who went to church. So I'm like, hey, I'm kind of I identify with I don't really feel human half the time. So.
Dr. Daisy has a correction to the lyrics we quoted.
Okay, Daisy's getting upset and he's saying Limp Bizkit is better than ICP.
Oh, dude, I'll give you that.
100%.
Absolutely.
We never said
Chocolate
ICP
Starfish?
was good.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude. That's that shit.
What a name for an album. And I didn't know what Chocolate
It's
Starfish
Chocolate
even
Starfish
meant
and
until I
Hot
got
flavored water.
Yeah. So any
You
other
really-
convention stories you have?
Convention stories.
Anything,
yeah.
Justin, you experienced while going to them? I remember the time we got ripped up on St. Patty's Day, drove back to my house, and you said, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting a ride the next day to her event. And then I got to wake up. It's not really a convention story, it's just a St. Patty's Day story.
So who's hitting up Jetpack Con?
Duh.
Oh, yeah, dude, we could start it.
Dude, it'll be like the Santa Con where everyone cosplays as the Jetpack Man.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah!
No, dude, for real? I'm gonna talk about a perspective con story here. So,
okay.
if you dress as Jetpack Guy, right?
Sorry, I
the
didn't think
main
this
way
was
to get
going
the
that
word
way.
out there, right? And everybody's gonna be asking you, what are you cosplaying as? Jetpack Guy? What, you don't know? Right? That's how you get it out there.
You're
Perfect
creating
idea.
something. I'm telling you that right now. You're creating something.
I choked on beer just on the idea.
I like it.
Keep it on bar cam. I gotta
But for
clean
real,
myself
con
up.
stories. Ah, boy.
Nothing you experienced.
Oh,
Dude, honestly, you know why my brain went there? It's because I considered every little party event we had in our 20s as a con. It
Pretty
was
much.
literally an event.
No, I mean, I just remember being blown away by the whole experience. I can't remember anything specifically because I don't know. Before we met, I was never really super into anime. I didn't even know anime conventions were a thing that existed, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she told me she wanted to go to a con, and I'm like, well, if I want to fuck, so I gotta do what the lady wants, right? So
absolutely.
Justin,
that's what we did.
I want to point out you're way too honest, which is your downfall.
I mean, come on now. I mean, obviously it evolved to more. I'll put that out there. But anyway, that's not part of the story. So I just remember being blown away by the anime conventions, the atmosphere of the whole thing. It was just the wildest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I was just this is a whole segment of life that I didn't even know existed. You know, it was crazy.
Did you ever do the foam fighting, fight pit things?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's a
I've always
shame.
wanted to do that. They got something similar to that at what is it, Renaissance Fair, where you get the balloon thing on your head, and you're supposed to pop it or something.
Yeah, that's
I like
a
it.
little
Ren
different.
Fair is basically a convention that goes for an entire summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about Ren Fair, I am not a huge fan of Ren Fair actually, because
It's always 1,000 degrees.
that's one of the main reasons. Yeah, right now.
Daisy says, "Why is everyone's drink empty?"
It's not quite. I
Citing
choked
the
on some
incoming
recently.
Haymaker. Well, my beard tells me when the stream needs to end, so I'm trying to sip on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you get any real good con stories, weirdness that went on?
So there was.
Did you ever catch con plague?
There's one time at MFF
Con-crud?
that we all started chucking glow sticks onto the giant like dome ceiling light, and then someone decided to start throwing condoms.
Okay.
So then at a certain point, the entire top dome was just littered in condoms and glow-in-the-dark glow sticks, and those little flashy balls you get to put inside balloons.
I could tell you about my first con story I ever went to.
Okay.
This is back before, real phones existed.
Yeah.
And we had the flip ones.
Okay.
I had a map printed out, from MapQuest back in 2007.
Yeah.
And I told my mom I'm going to an airsoft event with Justin.
Oh, really?
Nice. And I drove down to Illinois to MFF 2007. And it was a great experience. I got to see all kinds of things, and basically one of the highlights was when I was there was a man dressed up with, I don't know how much it was to pay for all this, but he had an entire glow ring suit. He walked onto the rave floor and just started dancing, and then started throwing them out to the crowd. I still have 2 of those glow rings.
That's impressive.
What?
Was he just wearing the glory?
No. You had clothes on.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm like, well, by the time he was done, though.
No. He had clothes
what
on.
kind of party was this?
He was.
Well, the one I with the condoms on the dome was the first time that I watched a 6th-floor shop be completed. So they all had balconies with smoking sections. And it started off just with goldfish crackers. The guys on the top were dropping down to the people on the 3rd floor. But then it evolved into shots and other things as the night progressed. And I've seen a couple top floor shots to the 3rd.
I like I said, I've been to anime cons, but I will always describe a furry convention as Woodstock every single time. Every single fucking time.
I believe it.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. I miss going to cons, though. I do like going to them. It's always a good time.
That's why I told Daisy. Daisy's in the chat. I'm like, Daisy, if I ever go to... Daisy, IFC's going on right now. You should go check it out. Literally in Indianapolis. Right now. Happening this weekend.
It's always just such a different experience, you know what I mean? It lets you, disconnect from the normal world.
Oh, yeah.
And, just feel comfortable and just be somewhere different, doing something different than your everyday.
Well, that's what
a
lot of people need, though. They need.
It's just such a cool feeling, right? Because a lot of people, you're into anime or you're into furry stuff or whatever else, right? You go to a convention and you can finally just be interested in what you're interested in, right? Because during your everyday life, I'm not gonna go around and tell everyone, oh, what's your favorite anime, bro? No, because they're gonna be like, what the fuck is your problem? What does that even mean, right? Or
what's your power level?
Yeah, what's your fucking power level? You know what I'm saying? But you could go to an anime convention. There's all these other people who are into what you're into, and you can actually go and look at all these things that you're interested in, or it's just such a cool feeling, right? Very liberating, that you don't have to put on that mask that you're putting on every single day. I miss it. I want to go to a convention.
It's weird because the way you say that, it's like the mask that you're putting on every single day, but then furries put on a mask at the
You make it sound bad.
There's nothing bad about the mask. Depends on when you're putting it on, right?
All right,
Are you putting it on to free yourself or to hide yourself?
It's a bit of both, actually.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be doing the podcast with my human face.
You did, and you said you felt better with the mask.
Yeah, no, I'm freer with this on. This is like being on, when you sign up for a Reddit account and it gives you a username that is none of your old usernames. It's kind of that freeness where it's yeah, I'm DampBoot17. It's like, you can say anything you want. Yeah, that's how I see it.
I just realized the fan was on the entire time.
Yeah, I bet they're getting a great...
So, no, we'll hopefully... Well, you can hear the voice. You can hear the voices, I think. But there's always something,
Now you get that crisp, buttery fox voice.
Buttery fox? What's a buttery fox voice?
It's like a normal voice, but like after I've been chewing on some butter.
Okay, all right.
A little smoother.
A little smoother?
Little less pack a day. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at Daisy talking in chat right now.
Oh.
I fucking told you, I got y'all when you come down to, it's not MFF, it's Indie FurCon IFC. Just at a hotel, not my house. Daisy, okay, next time I go down, which is probably next year, I'm hoping, I'll put that proposition out there for you to come hang out and experience a convention. Because they're a lot of fun. And I got other stories, but I can't remember them, which is so sad because there's so many good ones, and most of them I've captured.
Like it's been so long ago.
I've captured them all in video too. That's the best part.
Oh man, I was just talking to somebody today about how you film everything, right? It was about the New Year's Eve party that I had at my old apartment, where we knocked over that hookah and burnt that hole in the floor.
Yeah. Everyone burns the floor.
The gas mask,
the gas mask stuff, and that I was just thinking about that. I was just talking to somebody about that today. But yeah, it's still floating around somewhere on the internet. That's a great video. I love it. But and it ends with, didn't I like fucking fall down and blast my head into like the end table or something?
Yeah, and we had to keep you awake so you didn't fucking.
Oh, concussion.
Yeah.
Concussion, yeah.
We went across the street to get you bread at the bakery.
It's in the food house. Very like, bunch of guys owning an apartment type thing that you have no food in the house, but you have gratuitous amounts of booze there.
It's a Wisconsin thing. I keep saying this. No one understands like our drinking at all. Like they don't get it. There was a video image, or not a video image, but just a straight up image of binge drinking by state. And they had like over they had over 30% was all blue. The entire state of Wisconsin was all blue.
I think I did see that. Yeah.
It was so funny. I'm like,
I'll be honest, it'd be weird to not binge drink. I feel like if I just heavily drank like all the time as opposed to binge drinking all at once,
you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, I feel like that's worse, right?
Daisy's asking what's the book on the bar, so you have to show it off.
Oh yeah, this is Project Blue Book. It's about UFOs. Paranormal activity. It's got beautiful photographs in it.
It's a little outdated. Jetpack Man isn't in there.
Jetpack Man's not in here, unfortunately.
Or
but
woman.
They got a whole bunch of.
I will tell you a story right now about like something that happened to my coworker recently. Not physically to him, but he literally straight up said, because I don't know if you know about the lore in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
You know about the Beast of Bray Road? Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, something's been seen again in Delafield, because my coworker straight up comes to me and goes, I gotta tell you something, because he likes the paranormal too. He goes, my nephew just told me something. I'm like, what? Apparently he was working at the Home Depot in Delafield. He was out in the yard at the end of the night, and they saw this creature with a big ass fucking mane walk out of the woods by the Smiley water tower.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, literally walks out of the woods. It was
like the most trailer park story.
It was
I've
like
ever heard. So I just got my shift working at the Home Depot. Seen a beast coming out of the woods next to the Smiley water tower.
I just got done huffing the spray paint. I went out back.
Like Jesus, dude.
And I got straight
I'm just saying
boondoggle.
they saw something. I want to go investigate it.
Oh yeah. I love it.
Yeah, the UFO stuff from the 1940s. Yes, Daisy. Yes.
This is from
70. It goes all the way. Project Blue Book was like cut off in the early 60s, I think.
1976 was when this was printed.
But the book was written later.
But the book was written probably before that.
I need to find a way to like actuate my eyebrows on this suit, because like if I move my mouth, the jaw moves. But if I just move my eyebrows, just the top moves, and it's weird. My jaw stays static.
You know what I do miss about cons? I miss going to that freaking game room.
Yeah, all you can play like arcades.
Oh yeah, dude. They got all like the cool ass, like the fucking drum.
The DDR machines.
Yeah, the DDR machines. I can never get near the DDR.
I will tell you something about UFOs too, because Daisy's talking about it now in chat.
Oh yeah.
But Bob Lazar was a guy who said he used to work at Area 51.
Yeah.
And there's like evidence of him working at MIT. He's in the phone book records, but his entire fucking academic history isn't there.
Wiped.
And he literally came out to like talk about the fact that he used to work there, and they had like this bone scanning like thing for their like thing to get into Area 51.
Yeah.
And that shit came out as proof, like it exists. It came out 20 years later to say, yeah, that's a thing.
Wait, hold on.
Declassified.
When I took my national board exams for my license, they took a vein palm scan of my hand, and they require it for all healthcare workers because you can't move your veins around.
Hold on. So what you're telling me is
he worked back engineering fucking like alien aircraft that we had.
Yep.
And it came out that it was true?
It came out that it was true that he literally knew about technology before
it was invented.
It was apparently declassified.
They got this thing at the hospital now that they show it your arm and it like
20
shows your
years
veins.
Skeptic.
He was 30 years. Well, I can show you the documentary, bro. You can watch the documentary and see it. And during the documentary, his house was raided by the FBI, and he goes, "Yeah, that happens from time to time. They like to fuck with me still." The only reason he came out to talk about this stuff was because he was worried about his own fucking life.
Okay.
I'll send you.
What's the name of the documentary?
Bob Lazar, UFOs. Look it up. Jeremy Corbell.
Okay.
Fucking.
I'll check it out. I'm curious now. I know you can spin a documentary to whatever your.
If you're looking for more tales about Jetpack Man, you'll be disappointed.
Jetpack Man. No,
that's true.
I don't need tales. Never. You know what? I'm not gonna say that because I'll give it away.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I miss the game room.
Bringing it back.
I miss playing all the consoles that they would have set up over there. Oh, speaking of consoles, so I recently set up my Super Nintendo.
Yeah?
And busted out all my fucking games and started playing them. And buying Super Nintendo games off the internet now. And I just seen that you got your N64 out here right now.
I do, yeah.
And it makes me want to like get the rest.
It has the extended graphics in it with that little like red card.
Yeah. You pop out that little graphics.
It was for Zelda, the Zelda game that came out. They had it for that, yeah.
But yeah, so I was playing the Super Nintendo game, and then it turns out that the game I was playing, the second game for it, came out on Game Boy Advance, right? So then we had to track down the Game Boy Advance. So we got that. So I got the Game Boy Advance game, and I popped that bitch in there. And I don't know how the fuck I ever played that thing. I swear to God, that screen is so hard to fucking see with no backlight or anything on it.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, I was sitting on my couch trying to play this shit. It was like near impossible to see. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
you're old.
Is it because I'm old, or was it always just that horrible?
No,
I don't know.
Because there was also that attachment. There was like a snake light that would plug into the side, and then there was like this fold-over visor that they built.
But it was just like, I'm like, dude.
They knew it was a problem.
Wasn't that like a magnifying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
there was even a Game Boy printer at one point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was for Pokemon Snap. I think that was
existed.
For Pokemon
yeah, they had
Snap.
the Game Boy printer and the Game Boy camera and all that
They
stuff.
really missed the boat on accessories.
Bro.
They could have been so good.
I popped it out and I was just like, I love this, but I also hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it was almost unplayable.
Yo, let's talk about the Virtual Boy. Remember that shit?
Yep, Virtual Boy.
And now we got VR?
Yeah. Dude, Virtual Boy was cool. Like, they fucking dogged on, like, the color scheme that they had on the Virtual Boy when it first came out because it was black and red instead of black and green like the normal, like, Nintendo stuff was. And, like, nowadays, like, that's, like, that aesthetic. Like, that's what people want, right? Because it looks cool and, like, fucking, you know, 80s futuristic, the black and red fucking scheme or whatever. But, yeah, they, like, hated on that when it first came out.
Interesting.
My favorite handheld was the Game Boy Micro. And I forget it exists all the time.
Yeah, the Game Boy Micros, they came out with that shortly after, well, not shortly after, but after they came out with the Advance, it was the one.
It was the most solid handheld.
One, right?
Like, it was damn near indestructible. And you had faceplates you could switch off.
We've gotten back into retro stuff now, but we're being old people now talking about our childhoods. Right. But are there any other convention stories you have or have experienced? I'll try to see if I can remember one more. I just will say every convention I ever went to was always an experience, and I had a great time every time I went. I don't think I've ever had a bad convention.
I never had a bad well, I wouldn't go that far because I don't want to blanket statement things, but I don't remember a specific instance that was terrible at a convention in specific. I remember a bunch of really shitty hotels, though.
Yeah.
Because when you're like 19 years old, 18 years old, or whatever, and you're trying to rent a hotel room to go stay down in Illinois or whatever, you get some cheap shit, right? Like, yeah, I just remember seeing
Motel 6.
Right, yeah. I just remember seeing some fucking real shitty hotels. Like, real shitty.
And then to save money, we would, like, park, like...
Yeah, you park in the parking ride.
6 blocks, so, like, a mile away, and, like,
and then walk.
I used to fit underneath the dresser drawer things that the Hyatt would have at MFF. So I'd always pay $10 for a room to sleep underneath the TV because I was skinny enough that I fit under all of it. And then they changed the furniture, or I got fat, one of the two. And I didn't fit under them anymore, and I suddenly had to start paying for real space in rooms.
I just remember this dude used to always have a freaking hotel room like in the fucking convention.
Yeah,
constantly.
somehow.
I will. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you a story. Here's a story. I'll end this with this last story.
All right.
For me, at least. One of the best conventions I was at, I felt really bad about because we ended up having like 11 people, and because I invited everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were going to get a double bed, and then we got to the hotel, and this was MFF 2011, which is still a video online that's one of my favorite con videos of all time. We got to the hotel, and I realized we're not all going to fit in this room. So I casually asked the hotel staff, I'm like, do you have anything like a suite or something we could get, and how much would that be? And she does her little clicky clacks on the keyboard, does some magic. She goes, there was a cancellation this weekend. And I go, really? How much is it? She goes, $700 for the whole weekend. You know the Hyatt.
Yeah.
We had the room with the spiral staircase.
Oh, shit.
And the double floor. And you remember.
That might have been the first time I saw one of those suites.
It was amazing. I literally had the spiral staircase, double bed, and the balcony, and everything. And we somehow managed to fit. I don't know if luck was on my side, lucky number 13, but we got the best entire room in the hotel for $700 for the entire weekend. I remember in the video, my friend opens the door and he goes, "There's a fucking staircase?"
Damn. I don't know that I've ever been in a hotel room with a staircase before.
Didn't they have the nice-ass tub, too?
We didn't have a hot tub, no.
No, not a hot tub, but like a jet bath.
No, we had none of that. Well, if we had a jet bath, I don't know about it, because Corey and Alex slept upstairs. They slept in the upper
that's
bed.
where it would have been.
I feel like that's like a really weird... Like, how do you have a staircase but no hot tub?
Yeah, like you
like
gotta have the
that's
hot
like-
tub before the staircase.
I just think it's crazy now because conventions have gotten so insane. Now you have to be on a raffle to even get that.
Yeah, you might not even
Like,
get a
you
room.
have to, like, months in advance, you have to be like, oh, I want a room in the convention center or hotel.
And if you're not pre-reg, they don't even validate your spot.
Yeah, no, you're effed. I always think it's funny that, like, well, cause Anime Central is always, like, what is it, May, like, early to mid-May.
Yeah.
So the weather is either, like, hot as balls or, like, cold as fuck.
Like 40 degrees.
So, like, it never failed. Whatever cosplay I was planning, it was always, like, the opposite weather of what, like, I was wearing, like, one year I was wearing, like, basically a fucking leotard. And, like, that was it. And it was, like, it was, like, 30 degrees.
Cold. And you never stay at the Aloft, because that walk through the parking garage is murder.
No, that was when we were staying at shitty hotels. So,
Yeah.
like, we walked, like, a fucking mile. I had Justin drop me off at, like, and then he walked. And then the other one I clearly remember is I was dressed like a space pirate. And I had, like, a wool coat. Like a full-length wool coat. And it was, like, freaking 78 degrees out.
Yeah.
And that was also the worst weekend ever.
They always put MFF for us on the one weekend at the end of November or early December where it just snows a whole fuck ton or is 70 degrees.
Yeah.
So There's only 2 options there.
And there's the oven hallway.
The oven hallway, yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about.
There's an oven hallway at every convention.
When they finally opened up the other part of the convention center because our con was getting too big, it was terrible.
Is that the country and suites hallway?
You have to walk all that way from like the convention center back to the hotel.
Anime Central / Midwest and Amkey, like, both have, like, hot as balls hallways. Like, somewhere there's a hot hallway, and you're going to be walking through it at some point during the con. Like, never fail.
Yeah, that one that opens up right into that place where they usually have, like, the banquet. Not banquet. What am I talking about?
The banquet?
Not banquet. What's it called when you can go and grab your own food?
The buffet.
Buffet. Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I will point out, at one of the conventions I was at, I brought my brother to, and it was fantastic. Chemical had to go pee really quick, so I'm just going to, like, quickly talk. His paws are okay. He's fine. He's fine. I will point out that that convention was so fantastic. I think it was 2014. It was MFF 2014. I brought my brother down. My brother, being as social as I am, we gave him a chalice of High Life in, like, the ice bucket. Okay. There was a beer inside of there, and when he showed up, we presented it to him. And he partied so fucking hard that weekend. That was the year... Oh, it's such a good story. That was the year Cal got presented with this ice bucket, met the neighbors on the balcony, because we had a balcony room. The neighbors came over to party with us then. And apparently my friend Trevor, because we were on the 3rd floor, he went out and he fucking, I guess he, what was it? He climbed out of the balcony onto, like, the roof of the fucking, like, it's not a mezzanine, but it's like the overhang of, like, the hotel. Yeah. Ended up in another room and fucking was partying with them, showed back up at our hotel room with a bottle of liquor and a hat that he just acquired.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you can be in Wisconsin and be using words like mezzanine.
Oh.
That's fair.
Well, Massive Attack made a great album called Mezzanine.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's fair then.
Pretty good. They're not from Wisconsin though, so.
I did bring my sister. I brought her once to an anime convention, and she was pretty like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. That was the last year that
What's time my sister ever talked to me?
No, the last year of the Amkey Maid Cafe. The Maid Cafe. The last year we did it, I was like, Heather, you've gotta come down here and, like, experience this, because, like, shit's not gonna happen again. And so I snuck her in, and she was just like, what the... But it was fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to actually go to another convention. It's been a long time coming.
And it'll
probably be next year, I'm thinking. I don't think I'm going to MFF this year. I never missed an MFF, but after I broke the cycle when they didn't have one last year and it was all virtual.
Are they going to have it this year?
Yes.
Oh.
Pretty sure, yeah.
So Daisy here is saying that she was at a hotel that had bugs and gunfire. Hopefully not the same individual.
Oh, Daisy's a Marine.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a guy.
Well, then, like...
Bugs and gunfire.
Then, like, gunfire isn't, like, surprising in the slightest.
Whoa, was it on base?
No. No. Daisy was at a hotel at one time, but he lives in Indianapolis. So the gunfire there is rampant, like Milwaukee.
It's like Milwaukee on New Year's.
Well, what do you say? We've been streaming for a good 2 hours. We got the 15-minute break in. What do you say we wrap it up? Any closing thoughts? Anyone?
My thoughts are, like, my battery pack keeps shocking my nipple.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah, but just my thoughts about it is it's unpleasant.
Well, I'm panning too much now. And how about the Joneses? What do you guys think?
Never had my nipple shocked.
I may stream tomorrow night. I may.
Also, don't own cool pants.
I might try it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to try cool pants tomorrow.
Yeah, buy cool pants.
Yeah.
Trade them.
Yeah.
I'll give you the traveling pants that I require.
If you trade at least one pair of pants, then you have a pair of pants with a great story.
Mm-hmm. He's right.
Is that the kind of life I want?
You just keep trading up like in any beginner adventure game. Like, remember in the Link's Awakening, you traded the dog food for some bananas, and then eventually.
Never played that. Never played it.
Well, you trade up. You start with
trade dog food for something?
Yeah, you trade it to a crocodile for some bananas.
Yo, Daisy, thank you for the tier 1, brother. Much appreciated.
Fair enough. So I could trade my cool pants for some bananas to a crocodile, I guess. But
that would be a hell of a story. This crocodile gave me some pants after I threw him some bananas. That story would outstory some of my pants.
Main takeaways from today, I would say, are...
What is that movie even about? Like the traveling pants? Do not go into the jetpack guy. I don't want to hear another thing about the jetpack.
No, I want to call back to the jetpack guy.
I don't know. My main takeaway was I need to maybe shock my nipples and get some cool pants. But, now that you mentioned jetpack guy, anybody could be jetpack guy, and I don't want anybody to forget about it. So I mean, I feel like I should mention it.
Honestly, if you had a jetpack, that's way cooler than shock nipples and nice pants.
Ooh, but have you been jetpack guy though?
No, not officially.
You don't know that for sure.
You're right. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a jetpack guy. Could be jetpack woman.
All right, jetpack.
I need to go to bed.
We should just call him jetpack friend.
Jetpack friend. I like it.
Well,
What's your takeaway, Melissa?
We're gonna play Melissa's take. Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it was a fun stream, guys. We talked about all kinds of crazy things, but I think it's time to go.
Yeah. We're gonna go back to suffering during the week.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend though. I mean, right? There's tomorrow.
If
I stream the party, this is
the beginning.
Yes,
tonight.
the party is gonna be fantastic.
We're gonna have a Hobbit and.
I'm gonna have you wear those traveling pants. They'll be.
You gonna make me wear the pants?
Yes.
You've washed them, right?
I will.
I should probably wear trips tomorrow just to like flex.
Please do.
I just hope they don't get stuck in my fucking Honda Matics.
Everybody wave good night. Wave good night. There we go. Good night, everybody. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a fucking pleasure.
Woo!
The love.